Alright, so are we live? Alright, yes, we are live. Hello, everybody. What's up? Welcome to another stream. It has been quite a bit of a while since I last done a stream, and I do apologize on that, guys. I wasn't really feeling much of motivation to stream or do videos, but hey, what's everybody? Yeah, I figured that, yeah, I may have to do this kind of stream today to celebrate, Sonic's 35th anniversary. Yes, because today marks basically the day, basically where when Sonic 1 first released here in North America. In which case that was here in June 23rd of 1991. Yeah, Sonic is one of my favorite gaming series of all time, so I figured, hey, why not cover this? So what I'm gonna be doing for the stream series here is I'm gonna be playing almost keyword almost all of the Sonic games that I have on my PS4. And I say almost because the only Sonic games I will not be streaming for this kind of thing is Team Sonic Racing as number one, and two, Sonic Frontiers. Team Sonic Racing because I have Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, so kind of redundant on that one. Plus, I didn't really like Team Sonic Racing on that one. That's all that much is what I mean to say. You know, I plan on covering it one of these days, but we'll see on that one. And two, Sonic Frontiers is too long of a game to even do something like that. So I'm gonna be covering Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Colors Ultimate, Sonic Superstars, probably several other. Oh yeah, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Probably several others that I might have missed on the list. However, yeah. So what I'm gonna be doing here is, for this stream, I'm gonna be playing Sonic 1, Sonic CD, and Sonic 2 all in one stream on Anniversary mode. I mean, sure, I usually play these games on Classic mode. I usually do. Sorry, on Classic mode, sorry. I usually play these games on Classic mode because of the extra lives. But, hey, since, it is Sonic's 35th anniversary today, figure may as well do that. And then the next stream after that, I'm going to be doing Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Probably more likely tomorrow. And also later on tonight, even though it is not going to be part of this Sonic 35th anniversary stream series here, later on today, I'm going to be streaming Sonic Racing Cross Worlds later on tonight because Classic Sonic is going to be added to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and I'm definitely going to want to make sure I stream him. So, and also for the record as well, we're also going to be getting some character from Crazy Taxi and Somebody Amigo in the upcoming months. So although don't expect me to do Crazy Taxi because I don't really care about that series. As for Somebody Amigo, probably not going to do that either. I mean, not to say it's bad or anything, but I guess I kind of somewhat, But yeah, I just don't really care for her, so I'm more likely not going to cover those two characters. So yeah, just classic Sonic. So again, to reiterate, this particular stream is going to cover me doing Sonic 1, Sonic CD, and Sonic 2. On Anniversary mode. We'll see if I can get the Chaos Emeralds, or in Sonic CD's case, the Time Stones. I'll do the best I can to get them all. But if I don't get them all, then I don't get them all. And also, when I do this kind of stuff on Anniversary mode, I'll do the best I can to not skip the cutscenes here. And it's been quite a while since I played these games on Anniversary mode, because again, like I said, I prefer the Classic mode. It's just how I prefer, That's just how I prefer playing these games. I prefer playing these games on Classic mode because of the extra live system. And sadly, on Anniversary mode, you can't play them with the lives with the 16:9 ratio. So that's kind of sad. But anyway, without further ado, let's play Sonic 1 on Anniversary mode. Here we go. Sega! Yeah, you really gotta love that Sega chant. Because, Yeah, because you know, it's kind of funny too. Because from what I looked up too, most of the data on the Sonic 1 cartridge is actually the Sega chant. So that is kind of funny. So I'm gonna be playing as Sonic in Sonic 1, Sonic and Sonic CD, and then in Sonic 2, it's gonna be Sonic and Tails. Um and then the next stream, it'll be Sonic and Tails again. For Sonic 3 Knuckles. Just so that part is clear. But anyways, without further ado, let's give ourselves a new game, and let's see how we do here. And yeah, we're going from there. Let's hope things work out well for this kind of stream. You know, it's been kind of a while since I really played Sonic 1. You know, it's been a bit of a while. So my skills are gonna be a bit rusty, to say the least. You know, but yeah, to those who do not know my channel, I am a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and it's been that way since probably the early 2000s. And I've been into the series ever since. I think the first Sonic game I might have played might have been Sonic 2. It might have been, I don't remember, but all I know was, I believe, from what I remember, the first Sonic-related thing I played was on the Sega Genesis. That's as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, this series means quite a bit to me. Not so much as the Persona series, but I am still a big fan of this series either way, of Sonic the Hedgehog. I do plan on covering Persona 4 Revival, on my channel. Of course, whenever I get a PS5, that is. But even then, I'll be doing a playthrough on Persona 4 Revival before I do a stream series on Persona 4 Revival. Because I already did a stream on the stream series on Persona 4 Golden stuff. So yeah, the thing when it comes to Anniversary Mode 2 is not only are the lives disabled and the fact that it's 16:9 ratio, unlike the 4:3 aspect ratio. If you fail at the special stages, well, you can use the coins system, to redo them. Although this did later get patched, but the thing that I'm saying is, originally before they patched it, there was this one thing that was involved, where I guess on debug mode, when you're on Anniversary Mode, on debug mode, you could literally do this thing to where you spawn like infinite respawning, the coins. So basically, it allowed you to get a lot of the stuff pretty early, and I think I actually used the exploit all those years back before they patched it out. I could be mistaken, but that's how my memory serves. It's been quite a bit of a while since Sonic Origins first came out. I believe back in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. I remember one of the glitches, or one of the issues that Sonic Origins had before they patched it out was there was just some. Well, first off, hello, Sonic 72 Fan 3. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. Secondly, in Sonic 2, once Tails is off screen, Tails constantly jumps instead of him following you. So basically, all you would hear was the jumping sound effect, like boom, 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 which eventually got annoying. Thankfully, like I said, they did patch it out, like I said. And it's why I'm glad that, the video games nowadays, they do offer patches now. Because back in the days before patches came out, or updates in this case, back in the days, game developers, they had to make sure that there wasn't game-breaking bugs or glitches, because once the game came out, that was it. That was the game. The only way you could get the glitch patched out was in a later re-release. Whether it be greatest hits or platinum family hits, you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, there are some exceptions to this, like for example, Persona 3, because, you know, like, Persona 3 and Persona 3 FES, or FES, a lot of Persona fans, call it, they re-released Persona 3 on the same system, but they had added in more content, and I'm assuming too that they fixed the various bugs and glitches that the original Persona 3 had. But yeah, back in those days, yeah, they had to make sure that there wasn't any game-breaking bugs or glitches. Like I said, once the game came out, that was it. And the only time was in a later re-release, like I said, whether it be great platinum family hits, you know, all that good stuff. So back in those days, game developers, they weren't game developers, they couldn't be lazy with the games that they were making. They actually had to put in actual effort. And nowadays, it seems like game developers nowadays, they just do this thing to where they release the game, you know, they just rush it out and then they just deal with the patches, you know. And this is kind of why I like Atlas as a game developer, because they make sure that there isn't much for game-breaking bugs, and you know, they do the best they do the best they can to make sure that the game runs great and make sure there isn't game-breaking glitches or bugs, you know, all that good stuff. And that's why I like Atlas as a game developer. And it's not just because I love the Persona series, but anyway, but yeah, so. Like I said, I still prefer playing these games on classic mode, but, you know, but it makes perfect sense to play these games on anniversary mode, you know, but I still kind of wish they gave us as an option so we can play an anniversary mode with the lives, you know, because 16:9 ratio instead of doing the 4:3 aspect ratio. Because see, these games are originally designed with you know, CRT TVs, you know, back in those days, you know, those tube TVs or whatever. Yeah, that's what these games were developed for, designed for. Because I believe back in those days there wasn't, you know, flat screen TVs or anything like that back in those days. So, but now with stuff like this, in anniversary mode, you get the 16:9 ratio, which the games look better. But you know, there's that. Oh yeah, that's the other game I was thinking about. I forgot. I think I was forgetting. Yeah, Sonic Mania. I do plan on covering Sonic Mania as well. For the 35th anniversary. I do plan on doing it. And as for my opinions on Sonic Mania, it's a good game. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong. But I would have liked Sonic Mania a heck of a lot more if it had more original levels. Because as it stands, there's only 4 original levels, and then after that, you know, you have returning levels. I mean, granted, they do change the level design in those returning levels, specifically in Act 2 specifically, and they have different mechanics in those levels. So at least it's not a complete. At least, you know, it wasn't like completely like, you know, laziness. But apparently, from what I heard too, Christian Whitehead Christian Whitehead and his team, they wanted it to be more versatile levels than it is returning levels. But I guess someone over at Sega was like, nope. You have to have returning levels. Sorry. I mean, of course. I'm just now with this stream series. This stream series is. I don't want this to be mostly about complaining, folks. I want this to be positive when it comes to this kind of stuff. I want this to be positive because as someone who is negative like almost all the time, yeah, as someone who is like a negative person, even I want this stream series to be, positive, because it's Sonic. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic's 35th anniversary. That series means quite a bit to me. Again, like I said, not as much as the Persona series, but I still love this series all the same. It's been part of my childhood. I've been to this series since the early 2000s. I love this series. Yeah, sure, this series has had its ups and downs with Sonic 06. and Sonic Forces and stuff like that. Yeah, it has its ups and downs for sure. But you know, at the end of the day, when Sonic games are good, they're really good. I mean, and heck, even earlier today, even though to be fair, it got leaked, so not really a surprise there. But so again, no surprise there. But there is a Sonic Frontiers the Definitive Edition, which is it's kind of funny how they advertise it. You know, oh, all new content, blah blah blah, and it's like, then it's like, well, I mean, to be fair, yeah, you can get those updates for free on the original Switch, but nonetheless, it is still kind of cool though. Especially since they have performance mode, which I'm assuming makes the game run at 60 frames per second, unlike 30. But you know, but yeah, the Sonic. What can I say? I love this series. I mean, I know I'm probably gonna be saying that probably throughout most of the stream series. I'm probably gonna say it a lot, but again, this part of my childhood. I love this series so much. It means a lot to me. It takes me back to the good old days, back in the days when I was a kid, playing on my my old stepdad's Sega Genesis. Although something was a Sega CD, but whatever. But basically, it was on a Sega Genesis with a Sega CD add-on attachment, and I was playing, you know, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, you know, Sonic 3 alone. Yes, Sonic 3 alone, and not the superior Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You know, and it's kind of funny, because, believe me, because believe me, because one of my childhood memories I remember was over at Carnival Night Zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or in this case, just Sonic 3 alone. Like I said, there was this barrel, and there was some barrel which became an internet meme, may I add. Because back in the days, you know, I don't know how in the hell people figured this out, but yeah, there was a some barrel, and okay, so you had this barrel, and it was going up and down, and you were stuck in this room. So back in the days, I assumed that, yeah, you had to jump at the correct timing to create momentum, because there was no other game mechanic. There was no game mechanic that came before and after that portion. There was nothing before and after. There was nothing before that or after. So here's what you have to do. Instead of jumping at the correct time like you would think it would be, no, you literally have to do up and down in a certain rhythm. So basically, like for example, when it goes up, you hold up. When it goes down, you hold down. And I don't know how people figured that out back in the days. Back in the days when Sonic 3 alone was new. I don't know how people figured it out. I don't know how people did. Because they didn't even give you a hint or anything. Like, I don't even think there was any arrows or anything indicating what you gotta do. I mean, of course, I know people will be like, oh, if you didn't get P96. Well, that was because back in the days, on video games, you had to figure things out on your own. In the video games, you know, they didn't hold your hand, and that okay, that's true, but again, I don't know how people would figure that out. I really don't. But yeah, see, right here. So here I failed. I failed, but now with the help of the coins, I get to retry it. And with the fact that I have 999 coins, I don't have to worry about failing these. But again, if I was playing on if I was playing on classic mode, however, that would have been it. I would have failed the special stage. I would have failed it. And the only reason why I'm doing it on anniversary mode is because it's Sonic's 35th anniversary, so it makes perfect sense. Although I wouldn't really recommend playing Sonic Genesis on the GBA, because I actually played it on a emulator. Yeah, I played it on an emulator, and it's just as bad as what everyone else says it is. It's that bad. It's that bad. The screen is too zoomed in on Sonic. There's a slowdown everywhere. The soundtrack. I mean, yeah. I mean, there was some songs, from the original. It says there was some songs I actually think wasn't too bad, like Starlight Zone, and I guess maybe Green Hill Zone, somewhat, kind of, not really, but yeah. But yeah, I definitely would recommend to stay away from that. I would definitely recommend that. I'm just saying what I'm saying because I actually did play it on a MGBA emulator. But nonetheless, like I said, Sonic has had his ups and downs for sure. But at the end of the day, that's just how it is. That's just simple. So it's all that. It's all simple. Oh shoot. Oh yeah. I think I did what I think I did. Where I think I accidentally I actually did skip. Yeah, I think I did skip it by accident. The opening intro when you started off for Sonic 1. And if I did, well then that's fine. Because I can easily go through the thing. Where it shows the opening intro when you play at Sonic 1 in Anniversary mode. I think I'll do that. Sometime after I beat Sonic 1 here on this stream. Also, press S, it did not register. But yeah. So yeah. So it's not gonna really matter whether I die or not here because So at least that's the one good thing about Anniversary mode. You don't have to worry about getting game overs. But again, would have been nice having a little option. And I also do apologize if with me saying the same stuff over and over again. Because to those who don't know me and my channel, I am autistic. I mean, it is mild, but still. But I just want to make sure that is all the way because I know how I am when it comes to stuff like that, where I repeat myself quite a bit, yeah, so, there's that for you guys. Yeah, Spring Yard Zone is up next. And to those who are curious, my favorite zone in Sonic 1 is actually Starlight Zone, which is after Labyrinth Zone. Yeah, and I'm not kidding. It is my favorite zone in the game. Mainly because of the beautiful music that plays in that level, where it's like da 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 da, stuff like that. Sorry, I know I have a terrible singing voice, but yeah. And of course, unsurprisingly, my least favorite zone in the game is Labyrinth Zone, unsurprisingly. Because, see, I'm not really the biggest fan when it comes to underwater levels in my video games. I am not the biggest fan of them. I don't really mind it in, like, Mega Man games, even though, sure, Mega Man kind of runs slow, but as well. But I don't really mind it as much because, at least with Mega Man, he actually jumps higher when he's underwater, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel as bad. That and plus in later Mega Man games, where you get Rush Marine and stuff like that, where you get to go underwater, okay, well, you can go underwater either way, but what I mean is you can go underwater in a fast manner, and you're so. And it's kind of funny how I bring Mega Man up because of Mega Man Dual Override, and I'm definitely looking forward to that game next year. I mean, because those who don't know me, I am a big Mega Man fan, like a big Mega Man fan, because when I say I'm a big fan of Mega Man, I'm not even kidding. I love the Mega Man series, I love it, because you know the first Mega Man game I played was Star Force 2, Mega Man Star Force 2, Zergrek Saurion, and then I played. Then I played Mega Man X1. Dare I say on iOS, which at the time I didn't think it was that bad. Now I think it is actually pretty bad nowadays. But I didn't become a full-on Mega Man fan until Mega Man 2. Yeah, that was when I became a Mega Man fan. You know. I mean, yeah, the Mega Man games are pretty hard. They are pretty hard. But once you understand the pattern and stuff like that, they're not so bad. Unless it's Mega Man X6 and Mega Man X7, because if it's those two games, no, ew. I hate those games. I hate them so much. And I'm not kidding, I really do. And I also dislike, not hate. I actually do dislike the Mega Man Zero series. Don't get me wrong, the Mega Man Zero series, I can definitely see why a lot of people love that series because of the storylines that they told. The gameplay was actually pretty satisfying, and the ending, the ending. Very, very sad. Cause spoiler warning, Zero dies in Mega Man 04. Yeah, really sad ending, especially when Zero got along with Seal, or CL, whatever how her name is pronounced. So again, I'll give credit where credit is due. I can definitely see why a lot of people love the Mega Man Zero franchise. But to me, I find the Mega Man Zero series to be overrated as all heck. Because, yes, the gameplay is very, very satisfying. It really is. But unfortunately, though, what draws it back is the camera is way too zoomed in on Zero. Way too zoomed in. Which makes the experience not so good. I mean, yes, sure, the Mega Man Zero Legacy Collection, they have like some kind of checkpoint system. Where they make it easier. So, I'll give it that. They at least did something, to make the experience better for a newcomer, stuff like that. But it still doesn't change the fact in the original releases, which also, by the way, it's also, excuse me, I mean, sorry about that, but, and also, may I add, there are also toggleable options. And Zero Legacy, Mega Man Zero / ZX Legacy Collection. But in the original releases, they didn't have that. So the Mega Man Zero series, yeah, they're ridiculously hard. Especially, Mega Man 01 and 04, from what I remember. And my quote-unquote favorite Mega Man Zero game is Mega Man Zero 2, because unlike the other Mega Man Zero games, when you get a game over, when you continue from the level, basically, unlike the others, you keep all those energy crystals that you had when you got the game over. So you can save up the energy crystals and make it a slightly easier experience for the players. But in the Mega Man Zero, but in the other Mega Man Zero series, sadly, that's not the case. When you get a game over and you press continue, you lose all those energy crystals that you were saving up. So that's what I'm saying. I can definitely see where people are coming from with the Mega Man Zero series. I can definitely see where people are coming from. But that's just my opinion. So that's just my opinion. I think the Mega Man Zero series is overrated. It's not bad by any means, but I go as far as say, in some instances, I feel like it gets just as bad as Mega Man X6's level design, if not worse, because of those issues. But yeah, see, sure, I technically failed, but I failed at, technically speaking, I did, but with the help of the coin system, I get to retry. Yeah, so those who don't know me, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is my all-time favorite of the classic Sonic games that are on here. Also got all the Chaos Emeralds, so cool. But nonetheless, but nonetheless, this is my opinion, you know. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I think that is easily the best of all the classic Sonic games that are on here, with the Sonic 2 being a very, very close second. And no pun intended, no pun intended. I actually do think that Sonic 2 is my second favorite, a very close second. Also, I don't know why I did that. But that is my second favorite of all the classic Sonic games, because, you know, I just think the gameplay is really good. They improved a ton from Sonic 1. They made things better, and others, you know? There are some zones in Sonic 2 I do not like all that much. Specifically Hilltop Zone, because of the music in that level. Then, plus, it's kind of similar to Emerald Hill Zone in terms of aesthetics-wise. But yeah, literally, the music, the music in Hilltop Zone, it literally sounds like a okay, maybe not literally, but to me, it sounds like a mosquito making a mosquito as an instrument, and it gets kind of annoying. Thankfully, I think I listened to the T. Lobes version of it, which in my opinion is way better, especially since it makes me kind of think of like Sonic Tales and stuff like that, where they're in a band or something, specifically where Tails is using a saxophone or something during that. So yeah, to those who hasn't heard that song of the T-Lobes version of Hilltop Zone, give it a listen. Give it a listen. I would highly recommend that song. It's not like the best song of all time, far from, in my opinion, but you know, it's actually a pretty good song. You know, I think it sounds really good. Also, I pressed A didn't register, but that's fine. You know, so yeah. And also, guys, no, I'm not gonna be covering the Game Gear Sonic games for the Sonic's 35th anniversary. I don't cover on doing them. But one of these days, though, I kind of do want to cover the Sonic Game Gear games that are on this collection. Well, specifically the Plus content, because I already purchased it on my PS4. But yeah, to those who are also curious, my favorite of the Sonic Game Gear lineup is the Sonic Triple Trouble. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That is actually my favorite one of the Game Gear stuff, the Game Gear lineup. And someone, I forgot his name. I think his name was Noah N. Copeland or something like that. I could be mistaken, so correct me if I'm wrong, that guy. But someone made like a 16-bit remake of Sonic Triple Trouble. Whereas basically, Sonic Triple Trouble, but in 16-bit. So it's like, you know, so like what would Sonic Triple Trouble would have been like had Sega and Sonic Team, because, you know, Sonic Team, pretty sure, you know, yes, like how would it have been like if Sonic Triple Trouble was released on the Sega Genesis? Because, stupid PS4 where you like duplicate the chat. Gosh dang it. But at least on the bright side, though, at least I don't have to worry about the rings anymore. Since I collected all the Chaos Emeralds, so up. Which, funny enough, I actually do have that sound effect. You know, the ring sound, or not the rings, but the sound effect for when Sonic like breathes into an air bubble. Yeah, I actually have that as my text ringtone whenever my Discord goes off or what have you. I actually do have it on there because it's probably one of my favorite sound effects of Sonic is the sound effect when you breathe into an air bubble. Like, what up? I don't know what it is. I really do like the sound effect for it. I mean, I know it's probably not the best thing of all time, maybe far from it to most people. But I've always liked that sound effect, like even back in the days when I was a kid, like I remember liking that sound effect. Maybe not like as much as I like it now. But nowadays I really do like the sound effect. That's why I have it as my sound effect thing when it goes off. So there's that for you guys. And also, I still plan on doing the Nick the common party with Nick's belated birthday celebration for this year. I still plan on doing that. So if common party with Nick ends up watching this stream, don't worry, I plan on doing it. Matter of, I actually was thinking about doing it today. I was thinking about doing it, but but I got sidetracked with a bunch of other stuff. And then I figured, made to do Sonic's 35th anniversary, at least for part 1 of this stream series here, before I forget. Especially considering, Sonic, Classic Sonic is coming to Sonic Racing Crossworlds today, and I definitely want to cover that too. So I figured that while I'm ahead, may as well do this instead. Well, that and plus my Pro Controller was also charging too, my Switch 1 Pro Controller, so there's that. I mean, granted, I could have used the Switch 1 Joy-Cons, Switch 2 Joy-Cons, sorry. I probably could have, but nonetheless. But that's just how it is. And I also, double-checked. I also checked earlier today. I double-checked to see if the Sonic CD's soundtrack was set to Japanese. Because yes, even though I am an American, I actually prefer the Japanese soundtrack over the U.S. version. And I'm not the only one who thinks that too, because I see because it's a pretty common opinion among Sonic fans that the Japanese soundtrack is better than the United States soundtrack that the Japanese/European soundtrack. A lot of Sonic fans, myself included, goes around saying that the Japanese/European soundtrack is better. And also, what the heck was that? Sonic was like running like on the wall, but like he wasn't moving. Like what? I mean, thankfully didn't really like break the game, so I'll give it that. But damn. And also, guys, don't expect this game to be updated anymore, because I think the last update they did for this game was when Sonic Origins Plus came out, and even then, Sonic Origins Plus is not on the disc/cartridge, because you get a download code when you get it in the box. But for digital owners like myself who bought Sonic Origins digitally, that you can buy it separately for like $10 or so, $10 or so. And what makes it even more weird is that the Plus content, most of that was already included on the digital deluxe version. So really, for the Plus content, the only thing that's the only two things that's good about it are the Game Gear games. Yeah, the Game Gear games. And Knuckles being playable in Sonic CD, as well and also as well as Amy being playable on all the other Sonic games that are on this collection. And even then, I'm having a feeling that Amy was originally going to be playable in the base version of Sonic Origins, but then they scrapped it for some reason. And the reason I'm saying that is because, based on like the opening intros and stuff like that, Amy was like, I don't know, she looked, it just seemed like she would have been playable, maybe as an unlockable character or something. Cause probably, many Sonic fans, I don't know about myself included, but people were thinking that she would have been an unlockable character. Well, to me, I thought she would have been playable in some shape or form in the original version of Sonic Origins. Unfortunately, that's not the case, because she wasn't playable in the base version. But like I said, don't expect this game to be updated anytime soon, because like I said, last time this game was updated was like way back when Sonic Origins Plus was releasing, and after that was it. And so if I'm not mistaken, the last update of this game was back in 2023. So whatever glitches and stuff that are on here that you find, well, sadly, you're not gonna find. Well, sadly, this collection is not gonna be updated anytime soon. But that's okay. I guess it makes perfect sense, all the same. And also, I also heard news that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds performed not as well as or Sonic Racing Cross Worlds didn't perform as well as what Sega was hoping. And it makes you kind of wonder, like, what kind of sales, Sega was expecting. It makes you wonder, like, what kind of sales it was that Sega was expecting, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds to be. Because I know that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds sold 1 million copies 1 month after launch. And to me, I thought that would have been a success, but apparently no. Yeah, apparently that's not the case. But you would think it would have sold well. You would have thought it would have sold well because if it didn't sell well, then why are we getting a year 2 of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds where we're getting Godzilla of all things and Evangelion. Which, I don't know what Evangelion is, but I mean, like, I heard the word, but I just don't think I've ever heard of the actual series among it, but what's cool about the Godzilla one, though, is that it's going to take place in City Escape, so basically, Godzilla is going to be tearing down City Escape, which is going to be kind of funny, when you think about it that way. Yeah, it's kind of funny when you think about it like that in hindsight, but I guess we'll have to find out as what people go through. As for this part right here, yeah, I think this was the point where a lot of Sonic fans end up where I think this is the point where a lot of players back in 1991 and all them probably gave up. I wouldn't really blame them past it too, because this part it's actually kind of hard. I mean, like once you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. But for first-time players, this part catches them off guard because you have to climb your way up. You have to climb your way up. It doesn't matter how much you hit Eggman / Dr. Robotnik. Yeah, you have to. Yeah. So like here, I only messed up once, but it didn't really matter because I had the shield. But yeah, still. But yes, I believe this was the level where a lot of players back in 1991, back in those days, I think this was the point. That was the point where a lot of players gave up on because yeah, because I think like back in the days when I first got up to that point, I think I was having some issues with that part as well back in the days. Of course, I did manage to complete it, but you know, it's still pretty hard. It's still hard, to say the least. And as for my least favorite Sonic game that is on here in this collection is Sonic CD. And even then I put least favorite in quotes. Because Sonic CD, it's not bad. It's not bad, but in terms of the Sonic game that I like the least on this collection, yeah, I'm gonna have to give that to Sonic CD. Sonic CD is not that bad. It really isn't, but that's just my opinion on the matter. I just think, you know, Sonic 1 is a bit better. Because, you know, Sonic CD with level design on that, yeah, I could definitely see where people are coming from, about the level design and stuff being pretty, confusing. Because like you're going up, down, and stuff like that, you know, so players get confused. Again, Sonic CD is not that bad of a game. Don't get me wrong, it's not that bad. It really isn't. It really isn't that bad. It really isn't. But that's just what I think. Either way, though, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 alone, they were a big part of my childhood. As for, Sonic CD, that wasn't really part of my, childhood, if I'm being honest here. Because the first time I played Sonic CD was back at the 2011 iOS port. Yeah, I think it was iOS, yeah. Because I first played it on my very old iPod Touch 4th generation. Very old iPod Touch 4th generation, which I no longer own, sadly, to get this to my brother. And even then, my brother somehow lost it, but that's fine, I didn't really care, because it had a shitty battery life anyway. So I think I screwed up I think I messed up the battery life. But yeah, I first played Sonic CD back in the 2011 port. You know, so I was like a teenager or whatever at the time when I first played Sonic CD. So I have no nostalgia bias towards the Sonic CD because it wasn't part of my childhood. So, but I do have a bit of nostalgia for Sonic CD. I still have some nostalgia for it despite that because I remember because again I remember playing it on my iOS, or playing on my iPod Touch 4th generation, and I had a fun time with Sonic CD phone, I remember. Really, my main complaint that I have with the game in Sonic CD is that the bosses are, like, way too easy, like even easier than they are in Sonic 1. But I still like Sonic CD. It's still a good game, you know. It's kind of a shame though that Sonic CD started to get a bunch of hate. I believe back in 2017, or not that early 2018, if not that. It's kind of a shame though, but you know, I mean, I don't mean to complain. I really don't. But this is the Sonic fan base we're talking about here. They constantly change their opinions. They're constantly changing their opinions. Like, and I mean constantly. Like one moment they'd be like, oh, this game's really good. This game's really good. And then they're like, oh no, actually no. Oh no, actually no, this game is bad. I mean, look at Sonic 06 as an example. Where Sonic 06, oh boy, was that game hated. Back in the days when that first came out, and understandably so. But then, like Project Sonic 06 came out, which, may I add, is not official. It is a fan game. Yeah, so it's not official by any means of the imagination. And while I will admit that Sonic 06 does have pretty good level design, it does. And I would instantly play Sonic 06 than I would with Sonic Forces. I'll give it this. I'll give it that. I still would say Sonic 06 is quote-unquote better than Sonic Forces, but only because at least, Sonic 06 actually has level design, where at least it has level design where you get to explore the levels and all that good stuff. Well, Sonic Forces level design, you just want a straight line. Granted, you could argue that's pretty much the case on a lot of Sonic games level design too, but like, Sonic Forces made it even more apparent, and it made it even more apparent than past Sonic games. And then back in the day, and then here's this as another example. In terms of changing opinions wise. See, back in the days, when Sonic Colors, the original game, mind you, not Ultimate, came out, a lot of people they were saying that Sonic Colors, breath of fresh air after the various Sonic games that they were releasing, like Sonic 4 Episode 1 and stuff like that. So when Sonic Colors came out, I don't know how I didn't die there, but okay. But so when Sonic Colors came out, a lot of people, they were saying, oh, this game is a breath of fresh air, this game is actually good, it's fun. Because they took the daytime levels from Sonic Unleashed, specifically Xbox 360/PS2 version, in terms of how it works wise, but made it into the Wii. And keep in mind too that the original Wii, it is not a HD console by any means of the imagination. It is standard definition. But, you know, like I said back then, it was a breath of fresh air, and, you know, a lot of people loved it. Myself, okay, I wouldn't say I loved Sonic Colors. I mean, the bosses are way too easy. The writing, it's kind of childish, I won't lie. The story does seem interesting, but the execution is less to be desired. You know, but like I said, it was a breath of fresh air at the time, so you know. Um, and then like several years later, I think it was back in 2017, I think. Where a lot of Sonic fans are like, oh yeah, no, Sonic Colors is actually bad. It's actually bad, you know. And then, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do respect opinions. So don't get me wrong, I do understand where people are coming from. As to why a lot of people don't like Sonic Colors. I can definitely understand why. I can definitely understand why. But you know, but Sonic Colors, I mean, you gotta admit. Hate the game or not, but you gotta admit, Sonic Colors is actually a pretty well-made game, like it or not. Because there isn't much for glitches, and the glitches that are there in the game, you actually have to look for them. Not like how it is in Sonic 06, where there are glitches everywhere, and you don't even have to try to find the glitches. And also, how did I not die there? I mean, I'm not complaining, but I should have died there. I'm sorry, I should have died there in the game, because I literally clipped through the, thing. I clipped through the thing, which caused me to clip right, I clipped right through, yeah, it was weird, but yeah. But like I said, you gotta admit, like it or not, Sonic Colors actually doesn't have a lot of glitches, and the glitches that are there, you actually have to search for them. Not like Sonic 06, where you don't even have to try to find the glitches, and boom, the glitches are, and boom, you can find glitches in a matter of seconds or whatever. That's just how it is. Like, so again, like it or not, Sonic Colors, like the game or not, it's actually pretty well made. I mean, again, it does have some design issues here and there. Like, for example, the level design, I will admit, is pretty blocky. Not because of the cube width, well, but the level design, is you know, pretty blocky. Like I said, it is pretty blocky. But again, well made, and it's actually kind of fun. But I do agree, though, that there are way too many 2D sections in Sonic Colors. Yeah, so I won't lie on that one. I won't lie on that one. Sonic Colors on the Wii has way too many 2D sections. And the 3D sections that are there, I won't lie, are mostly automated. I won't lie on that, you know. But again, I do think Sonic Colors is a pretty fun game. You know, yeah, again, it could be better in some areas, but I don't think it's all that bad. I really don't think it's all that bad. I really don't think so. But that's just what I think personally. But I don't necessarily blame quite a bit of people for not liking Sonic games a whole lot, though, because they are pretty known for having a bunch of glitches. You know, they are pretty well known for a lot of glitches, and also I don't know how I didn't die there. But yeah, I could definitely see why. But you know, and hell, Sonic isn't even popular in Japan, despite Sega being a Japanese company. But here in the United States, Sonic is very, very, very popular. So, okay, I died there, but that was my own fault because I wasn't even paying attention. So I won't lie. I shouldn't have died there. I think it's because my brain is being kind of weird. I don't know. That's what I think. But yeah. But again, like I said, Sonic is not that popular in Japan. Here in the United States, though, Sonic is insanely popular, and it's no wonder why Sonic 1 got sold so many copies here in the United States. I think part of that is because of the marketing. Because, remember, Sega does what Nintendo don't, and back in the days, that was actually cool back then. Or at least it seemed that way. It seemed cool to be like, oh yeah, Sega does what Nintendo don't, because I believe at the time when the Sega Genesis first came out, Nintendo didn't have a 16-bit system at the time, while Sega did. And then, of course, as we all know, Nintendo made their own 16-bit system, as we all know, the Super Nintendo. And the Super Nintendo is a pretty nice system. It does suck, though, that you can't play NES games on it. It doesn't have backwards compatibility, but nonetheless, really good. So now that I've beaten Sonic 1, let me double check. Let me double check to see if I actually did skip the opening intro by accident, because again, I think I did. Alright, so that's Sonic 1 done. Yeah, I'm just double checking to make sure, because again, I'm starting to think that I might have. Okay, yeah, from what I can see on the footage, it looks like to me that I didn't necessarily skip the opening intro, but it didn't pop up, so it might have been a glitch. So because of that, I'll let the opening intro play, and you know, basically after the credits are done, and then we'll go on to Sonic CD. Because, you know, it is part of Sonic's 35th anniversary, so, you know, I do want to show off those cutscenes. You know, I already showed them off back in 2022. I already showed them off, but, you know, again, it's Sonic's 35th anniversary, so it makes perfect sense for me to show that off. But nonetheless, again, like I said, Sonic 1 is done now. It's done. Yeah, Sonic 1, it's a good game. Like I said, it's good. But, you know, I can definitely see why many people don't really like Sonic 1 as much compared to other Sonic games. It does have first game syndrome. It does have its fair share of issues. But yeah, it started off the series. It's kind of like the Mega Man series, for example. Where the Mega Man series had a very, very rocky start. It had very bad box art, and I mean very, very bad box art, like very, very bad. The game was ridiculously hard, even for the time. I don't know, even for the time, but yeah, the game was pretty hard, and you know. Okay, cool. At least I can show off the ending cutscene at least, so I don't have to worry about that. Thank gosh, but. But again, I'm still going to show off the opening intro for Sonic 1, simply because... oh yeah, I guess while I'm at it too, I should probably also show the opening intro for Sonic Origins too. Because I forgot to do that earlier. I forgot to do that. So, I guess that's what I'll do. I'll show off the opening intro, whoops. Not what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna show off the opening intro for Sonic Origins. Ow. Okay, just make sure I can hear my voice too, because I accidentally hit my my microphone, the headset's gotta make sure that still works. But yeah, I can hear myself just fine. I just wanted to make sure, because I accidentally hit you know, the microphone where the headset is. I didn't mean to do that, but nonetheless. But yeah, Sonic Origins, but yeah, so now, like I said, now I'm gonna show off the opening intro, for Sonic 1. Since apparently it didn't pop up, despite the fact that despite the fact that I loaded anniversary mode, so I may as well show that off too. Yes, I'm well aware we showed off these cutscenes earlier, back in like my Sonic 3 and Knuckles live stream, my original playthrough on it. On the streams that I've done on this, I already showed the stuff off. But it's Sonic's 35th anniversary. It's big, so obviously I wanna, you know, show them off again. I already did earlier. Because, you know, it's Sonic, you know, you gotta do it. But now it is time for Sonic CD. You know, for Sonic CD, yeah. Again, it is my quote-unquote least favorite of on the games here in the collection, but it's still a good game. So now it is time to play the game in anniversary mode on the Japanese soundtrack, almost the difficulty, but on the Japanese/European soundtrack. Okay, I'm having a feeling that it skipped over the opening intro for anniversary mode. I'm starting to have a feeling it skipped over that too. Like a different Sonic 1. I mean, yes, there's technically the original opening, but that's not what I'm talking about. So yeah, wait, actually, I'm kind of curious though. Okay, never mind. Okay, so yeah, back to Sonic, here we go. Yeah, cause see, it shows the opening intro just fine. The original one back in like 1990, like 1992 or 1993 or whatever year it was, the Sonic first came out. I'm too lazy to look it up right now, so there's not too lazy to look it up right now. So again, it shows this is fine, but not the new intro. Kind of what do you get? Say, back it! Zoom, room, cosmic zoom. That's up, Jay. It's Sonic Boom! Sonic Warrior, Sonic Warrior. You always need a thing. Sonic number 1, and I hope you enjoy this live stream. Yeah, I plan on doing Sonic and Sonic 2 live stream, and then I'll do my because I do want to cover some stuff. I do want to cover some. So, however, Sonic border, deep is missing time. To the Sonic border, river in mind. Nothing can spot the way to stay alive. If we try, you can do anything. To the Sonic border, always takes a chance. To the Sonic border, never say we can. Nothing can spot the way to stay alive. If we try, you can do anything. Yep, so yeah, Sonic CD. Again, yeah, it's a fine game. But yeah, the verticality, I think is what it's called. Of the levels, yeah, I can definitely see why a lot of people. I mean, not really a lot, but I can definitely see why quite a bit of people don't really like this game as much as others would rather prefer it. And I can't really blame them because again, the verticality of the levels. And it's more apparent, you know, here in Sonic CD than it is in the previous, than you know Sonic 1 and stuff like that. So I can definitely understand why some people don't like this game. To me, I like it, but it's just kind of funny how back in the days, when I just find it kind of funny where back in the days. When the iOS port the 2011 port of Sonic CD, or remaster, whatever you want to call it here, the remake, I don't know what you guys want to call it these days, but I just find it kind of funny how back then people were like, oh, this game, yeah, it's a good Sonic game, it's better than Sonic 1, you know, it's really fun, I like it. And then all of a sudden, just magically back at like 2017 or whatever. Oh no, actually no. Sonic CD is actually not good. You know, it's actually not good at all, and here's why. I mean, again, it's fine to change opinions. You know, that's fine. I don't, you know, I just find it kind of odd how you know, how it is. So. Oh yeah, I'm letting Amy hug Sonic on purpose for the sake of doing it. No. Although thinking back though to the days of when I played Sonic CD for the first time on my channel, not like the first time of a playthrough, mind you, but the first time when I actually streamed this kind of game on my YouTube channel. Oh, so funny. You see here the UFO. You see like these UFO challenges, time stone things, whatever you want to call them. They start off fine. These special stages start off fine. They start off fine and all that, but then later on they get kind of hard. And the reason I'm saying that is because I had situations where I would like literally clip through the UFO. I would literally clip right through it. And what I would do is I would say something like, oh, I clipped through the UFO again. Fantastic. You know, that is something I don't think I'm ever going to forget. I mean, to be fair, I was saying it constantly, but I just find it so funny. Okay, maybe it's not that funny. But I just find it so funny. So to those who are curious, just go to my YouTube channel and just go on to Sonic CD stream. Yeah, so go to that. Because, yeah, it's literally called Sonic CD stream. Go on to that one, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because pretty much every time I clip through the UFO, maybe not literally every single time, mind you, I would literally say, oh, clip through the UFO again, fantastic. Yeah, it's like, oh, clip through the UFO again, fantastic. Which, yeah, I know, maybe it's technically not that funny. But to me, I think it is, because the way I was saying it. Like seriously, I'm not even kidding. I was saying that so much during that playthrough. Oh boy. But yeah, I just find it kind of funny in hindsight like that. Maybe not in hindsight, but nonetheless. Yeah, Sonic CD, it's a good game, like I said, it's good. Yeah, so don't get me wrong, it is a good game, so don't get me wrong, it's a good game. But some design choices could be better. Alright, let's hope I don't lose my rings, unless I end up jinxing that shit. Because just like how it was with the Sonic 1, I do want to try to get all the time stones here. And yes, it said time stones, because in Sonic CD you get the time stones and not the Chaos Emeralds. So, so the time stones are basically, when you get all the time stones, you guarantee the true ending. There is another way to get the true ending in this game, but it's more time-consuming, and I don't think it's as fun as getting all the time stones version of how you do it. But basically, the second way of getting all the time stones is you have to go to the past. Because you see, there's a time traveling gimmick, you know, in the game. Basically, you go to the past, not future, but the past. You go to the past, and then you have to find these generators, I think they're called. You have to find them in every act, except for maybe the final act. I mean, I could be mistaken, but the last time I remember, it's acts 1 and 2, but I don't think there's a generator or Metal Sonic thing or what have you. I don't think there's a generator in Act 3. But I believe in like Acts 1 and 2. In the past sections, you have to find all of them. You have to find those generators and break them. which in my opinion is way too time consuming. It's way more time consuming than just doing the special stages on here in the time zones. Because, yeah, you literally have to go to the past, and then you have to like slow down into the levels and make sure make sure that you find them. Right, and yes, I know you could argue that Sonic 3 and Knuckles also did this too, or just Sonic 3 alone, or just Sonic and Knuckles alone. Granted, you could argue it's the same. It's the same issue here. You could argue it's the same. It's the same issue there. You could argue it's the same thing there. But at least in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you had like, at least in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you had plenty of giant rings to go around, and it doesn't really break the pacing all that much. But in Sonic CD, it's a different story because it's just the way the experience is. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just what I think. And also, definitely, you're not gonna want to spin dash here because first time players are not gonna know that, and that's basically how Amy gets captured, which is Amy's first appearance, which is kind of funny because I believe in the North American manual they call Amy Sally Acorn from like Sonic Sat AM. At least I think they say that in the North American manual, which I find it kind of funny because Sally isn't even in this game. Yeah, she's not even in it. And yeah, Sonic Sat AM. That is my that is my second favorite Sonic TV show of all time. Right up there with the Sonic X. Sonic X is actually my all-time favorite Sonic TV show. And yes, I know, people, yeah, I know. A lot of people gave Sonic X a bunch of shit. Especially, I believe, like back in the day when Sonic X first came out here in the United States, in North America. But yeah, I don't care what people say about Sonic X. I mean, granted, you could argue it's probably part of my childhood or whatever. So maybe I have nostalgia bias towards it. So yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm nostalgia blind. Maybe I'm nostalgia blind towards that. Maybe I am. But I honestly do think Sonic X is the best Sonic show of all time, along with Sonic Sat AM. And Sonic Boom, the TV series, is my third favorite. I mean, I just find Sonic Boom, the TV series, of course, I find that series to be so funny. Especially in later episodes. I mean, I forgot what this episode is called, but one of my favorite episodes of the Sonic Boom TV TV show series, whatever it is you guys want to call it here. Also, I don't know how I didn't get hit there. But one of my favorite episodes of the Sonic Boom TV series was the one where Eggman, he was making these evil cookies. And everyone except Sonic, because, Eggman wanted Sonic to eat the cookies, or at least one of them, not Sonic's friends. But anyways, yeah, Sonic's friends, they eat the evil cookies, one by one, they eat them. And then like Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Six, they okay, that was my fault, but don't care. But yeah, they eat the evil cookies. They eat them. They turn evil, and then it shows up. So then like Sonic, he like goes into Eggman's evil lair, and then like pretty much at the end of the episode, Eggman, he like Sonic, I guess he makes like a cookie for Eggman, and then Eggman turns blue like Sonic. And Eggman suddenly has the personality of, okay, not really suddenly, but Eggman, he has the personality of Sonic. And then at the end of the episode, Sonic and them, they give Eggman an evil cookie, so Eggman can turn back to normal. Yeah, I know. It sounds kind of stupid when you think about it, and maybe it is kind of stupid. Maybe it is, but I think you know, I think it's probably my favorite. But like I said, it is one of my favorite episodes of the show. Keep in mind though, guys, that I mainly watched season 1 more than I did with season 2. There are some season 2 episodes I watched, but I don't really remember what they were about. Like I said, it was mainly season 1. It was mainly season 1 that I watched. Okay, I don't know how that made any sense, but at least I got my rings back. But that was kind of weird. But yeah, there was another episode where some guy, I guess he was like making Sonic friends to do some circus thing or whatever, and then like they do various things. But another episode I also remember liking too was the one episode where Sonic and Tails they went to some thing, or see what happened was Sonic and Tails they saved someone or people, and then all of a sudden okay, they invite Sonic and Tails over for a meal or whatever. So they invite them to a meal. And then they do like some thing. And then like Sonic and Tails, they feel weirded out, which you can't really blame them. They feel weirded out. And then I think something about how the episode ended, where it was the same thing but with Eggman instead. And I don't know. It was a weird episode, but yeah. But believe me when I say though that Sonic Boom TV, not the TV show, but the Sonic Boom didn't really leave off a very good impression. When Rise of Lyric came out, I don't know if Shadow Crystal was on the same day, but I know in the case of Rise of Lyric, it did not leave a good impression. Although back in the days when I first played Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, I didn't think it was all that bad. But it wasn't until I was like replaying the levels over and over again. It wasn't until then, from that point on, was when I started to realize how bad that game is. You know, with the constant, you know, repeated dialogue, and by that I mean like annoyingly. Not like how it is in like Resident Evil 4, where it's like, oh, what do you buy it? What do you sell it? You know, in a charming way. No, it's a very annoying way. It's very annoying. The graphics. I mean, yes, the Wii U, yes. That console is underpowered as all hell. And on top of that, Sonic Boom was originally not even being made for the Wii U. It was being made for like the PS4 and Xbox One, I think. It was being made for those systems. It was being made for them. But then Sega, they were selling Big Red Button. Oh no, sorry. Oh no. It's Wii U exclusive. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is Wii U exclusive. Keep in mind too, though, guys, that the CryEngine that it was designed for, you know, the original design for it, it was not designed for the Wii U. It matter of the Wii U, the Wii U. Yeah, the CryEngine wasn't even supposed to be made for the Wii U. And I think what I remember hearing was it was something about yeah, I think what I remember hearing is that I think some people over at Nintendo or something, I think it was some people over at Nintendo where I guess they like forced it, where they somehow managed to force the CryEngine to make it work, to make Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric quote-unquote work onto the Wii U. But take that with a grain of salt. For all I know, that's not even true. But from what I remember hearing was that some people over at Nintendo, they like somehow forced it to run on the Wii U, even though the CryEngine wasn't even supposed to run on the Wii U, because because it was unsupported. It was unsupported at that time. It was unsupported. So when the Wii U, so when it came time to developing Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric, yeah, when it came to making the game, yeah, yeah, the game just was in development hell. Because, because Sega pretty much telling them at the last minute or whatever, where it's like, oh no, big red button, no, Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric, no, no, it's the exclusive, yeah, don't make it for Xbox One as well as the PS4, no, make it for the Wii U, and yeah, if I remember, that's what happened. It's kind of a shame too, because from what I remember seeing on the concept art, Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric actually seemed kind of cool in concept, but sadly, those concepts couldn't really work out, and that's how Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric happened. But like I said, back in the days, I didn't think Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric was that bad. I won't deny on that. I didn't think it was all that bad. But again, the more I replayed the levels, the more I played it, I started to realize that the issues that it had. And then eventually, just like with a lot of people, Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric, that game was hated by many people. Not just towards Sonic fans, and not just towards the critics. It was pretty much towards everything else that mattered. And, as for Sonic Boom Shadow Crystal, that game, I believe was made by Sanzaru Games, which was made by the same people, I believe, who did Sly Cooper 4 Thieves in Time, as well as the Sly Cooper collection, the PS3 collection or whatever, at least I think. Could be mistaken on that, guys, but that's what I'm hearing. And Sonic Boom Shadow Crystal, yeah, that game, it's still not like good, but or anything like that. There's a lot of backtracking involved, and other stuff, but at least Sonic Boom Shadow Crystal, at least that somewhat felt like a Sonic game, and at least Sonic Boom Shadow Crystal was polished, not really, but And then, of course, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. That one is actually, in my opinion, the best of the Sonic Boom games, which I know it probably isn't really saying a whole lot. It's probably not really saying a whole lot, because again, Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric being the way that game was. But Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, that game was actually good, in my opinion. Maybe not like the best Sonic game of all time, far from it, but I thought that game was really good, but I thought that game was pretty good. I mean, yeah, and the collectibles, they were optional, so it made the pacing of the game, actually pretty fun. And hell, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, that game actually got delayed. Why it got delayed? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm assuming it's the typical stuff where they wanted the game to be a better experience, and that's why they delayed it, because they wanted it to be a better experience for players. But I don't know. But I'm just saying based on what I think. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Sonic Boom Shadow Crystal and Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice, and gosh knows how long. The last time I played that was on my old 3DS before that system took the garbage. I did try playing Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric again. I think like a couple weeks back or a week back or whatever. That playthrough is still not done, but yeah, Sonic Boom Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric, not Fire and Ice, sorry. Sonic Boom Rise the Lyric, yeah, it's still not that good. It's still not that good in my opinion. And my opinion still hasn't really changed. Yeah, and I'm trying to 100% the game like I did how many years back. But yeah, I would definitely recommend you guys stay away from, you know, Sonic Boom Rides a Lyric. Yeah, Shadow Crystal is fine. It's an okay Sonic game. Let me guess. Okay, never mind. At first I was getting ready to say, oh, let me guess. Let me guess. I was getting ready to say, oh, let me guess. Sonic drowns, and then as soon as he drowns, the fire, the air bubble pops up. But nope, he didn't die. The reason I'm saying that, guys, because that kind of thing happened to me on numerous occasions. Yeah, I had that kind of thing happen to me on numerous where Sonic is and then Sonic drowns, but then the moment Sonic drowns, then immediately after, not long after, the air bubble pops up. Oh, believe me, when that kind of stuff happens, trust me. Trust me. Oh boy, do I get frustrated. And also, damn it. But yeah, but believe me when I say that, oh boy, do I get frustrated when that kind of stuff happens to me. Boy, do I get frustrated. Like, boy, oh boy, do I get frustrated. Oh boy. I mean, like, not to the point where I'm, like, screaming at the TV or anything. But, like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I get frustrated. Oh, either way, all the same. And besides, not that I would want to scream at the TV anyways, because this is the new apartment. With this being the new apartment and all that, obviously I don't want to be. Obviously, I don't want to upset my neighbors. You know. I don't want to upset my neighbors. It's basically why I do the best I can. Then when I get frustrated at a game, I do the best I can to, you know, not raise my voice and stuff like that. You know, I try. You know. And you know, I'm just saying. The reason I'm saying, guys, because it's because you know, because I don't want it to be, you know, a constant issue where I'm screaming or anything, and then I upset people, aka my neighbors. It's basically why I do the best I can to, you know, watch it when it comes to me raising my voice and stuff like that. I'm just saying, it's why I do the best I can to, you know, watch it. I'm just saying that's why I try to watch it. And that's why when I get frustrated at a game, I, like, try to whisper it. I try to, you know, whisper it, so this way... So this way I don't get in so this way I don't risk getting in trouble. Or if I don't whisper it, then I at least, like, lower my voice down. Because you know, like I said, I don't want to upset my neighbors. Also, by the way, this is the worst special stage in the game, in my opinion, because of the stupid background. It's seriously, like seriously, this is like seizure-inducing. Like, seriously, just look at it. Seriously, like, just look at it. It's literally, there's like many different colors, and yeah, it's kind of, basically, in other words, it's basically like what many people say, where they call it like mindfuck, because what they mean by that is also click through the UFO again, fantastic. But what people mean by that is it also I press jump in and register. But what people mean by that is, like, it kind of messes up their brain, not like in a dramatic sense or anything. But so it's not seizure inducing. No, I mean, it is, in my opinion, it is. But you know what I mean. And also, because I'm playing the game on anniversary mode, I can retry the special stages. And consider the fact that I have 999 coins here, I'm not worrying about using them all. I'm not worried about using them all. And honestly, yes, I know this is a fan game, and I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, And also, it's not official, like if it's a fan game. I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, considering, you know, how I am and stuff. But basically, what this background reminds me of, although back in the day I wasn't really a fan of the show until 2017. But what this basically reminds me of, it reminds me of like a fan game. It's this RPG where it's basically called My Little Pony RPG 2, Kingdom Hearts Crusaders Warriors, Kingdom Hearts Crusader Warriors, something like that. So basically, you have Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo, where you give them a job system. Which is apparently similar to like Final Fantasy 2, 3, or 4 or whatever. I don't remember which Final Fantasy game it is specifically. But there is a but anyways, the point. Okay, well, the reason why it reminds me of that is because there's this area where it's kind of the same deal in terms of its aesthetic that they're going with. But there's this area that you go to. It's like I think it's Ponyville, and it's Ponyville, but basically it's the reverse. Basically it's like East Vindalith or something like that. If you say it backwards. Basically in it. You had this similar thing, similar to this, where they have like multiple colors going around, and you also have flashing lights over at Pinkie Pie's house, and all that. So yeah, that's what I'm saying when I'm saying that's why it reminds me of that nowadays, because of that fan game. Which, yes, I know, again, I know, it sounds kind of weird again. I know it sounds kind of weird, I know. It sounds kind of weird, I know, but that's what I'm saying when I'm saying that's why it reminds me of that. That's why. And also, in that same area that I am talking about, there was a 5% chance that, or 3% chance. Oh, I think it was like 5% chance. But then the creator changed it to a 2% chance, which I actually did manage to get it. I don't know, sadly, but funny enough, because I didn't know where to go. I think I was trying to find Pinkie Pie's house, and I couldn't find it. And so I was running around, and I couldn't find. Hell, I couldn't even find Rainbow Dash. Which apparently Rainbow Dash was apparently found when you find all the main 5 characters, and well, you actually get a jump scare, which is funny enough. Where basically it's just a pony that has like glowing red eyes with like realistic looking teeth. But yeah, I find that kind of funny, but nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, I know it sounds kind of weird considering that this is a Sonic live stream, but like that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I just find it kind of funny when you look at it that way. Let me guess, I lose the rings because an enemy just randomly pops up. See, the reason why I was saying what I was saying is because when you use the future and past, related stuff, when you use them, not only do you lose your shield that you had from before, but also the enemies respawn for some reason. I mean, actually, no, not for some reason. I know why they show up. Because again, time travel. And believe it or not, that was actually the last special stage that I needed to do on my original stream playthrough on this game. Again, not my original playthrough period, but you know, it was my original stream playthrough. And this is why I'm glad that I own a PS4 now, because I can stream it from the PS4 console and not having to rely on a capture card. Because as of the time of this stream, I still do not own a capture card, as I see. Because as I speak, I don't have one. And capture cards are not cheap. Especially if you have, like, especially if you want a really good capture card. And even if I do have a capture card, I still need a gaming computer or something. Because I'm pretty sure my computer is not going to be able to handle live streaming. Unless I stream like very basic games, and I mean like super basic. And what I mean by that is like super basic. Super basic games. Super basic. Like if I want to stream like a Game Boy Advance game, stuff like that. Stuff like that is what I'm talking about. Stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I mean. But stuff like that. That's the current computer that I have right now. It's the Optiplex 760, I believe. Apparently when I looked up, that computer was out in like 2008, but they didn't get that computer until like 2017, 2018, 2019. But nonetheless. I've got all the time stones here. So that's cool, I got them all. So now I don't have to worry about getting the rings here. And also, most of my playthroughs, whenever I play Sonic CD, I do try to get all the time stones in the game. I do try the best I can. Although in the case of Sonic 2, a lot of the time when I play Sonic 2, I don't go for the Chaos Emeralds because I find Sonic 2 to be easy enough to where you don't need the Chaos Emeralds. Well, that and plus I believe Sonic 2 special stages are like probably the hardest of the classic Sonic games of that wise. Right up there with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But the reason why I kind of find Sonic 2 special stages harder because at least the base of course original Sonic 2, not like Sonic Origins. But see in the original Sonic 2, you had see the special stages, you're in a half pipe, and the reason why it makes it so hard is because the rings they show up like way too late. And so it's kind of hard. So it's kind of hard to get the special stages from that. And Sonic 2 special stages has a lot of memorization involved. Granted, you can argue that's how it is for pretty much all the other Sonic special stages. You could argue, but Sonic 2, in my opinion, is probably the hardest of that because of the ring, the way they spawn in a bit too late. So it's kind of hard for you to react in time. Thankfully in Sonic Origins here, along with the Christian Whitehead Sonic 2 before they delisted it for some reason, or so I heard anyway, they actually made the special stages easier. Because you guys can see the rings ahead of time, so it makes it easy for the players to react in time. Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, sorry about that, guys. I think we got another troll on our hands. Kind of like what happened in my stream of Sonic Generations, for my birthday special, earlier last year. Where I had some trolls here and there. Yeah, at first I didn't think anything of it until I reread it, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, that must be another troll. That must be another troll. But whatever. I'm not gonna get all pissed off. Like how it was last year. I'm not gonna be pissed off. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll get frustrated. Well, I mean, I'm aggravated, but I'm not gonna be like mad to the point where, you know. So I'll do the best I can to not get, mad. But yeah, I'm just saying what I'm saying though, guys, because I'm saying what I'm saying though, guys, because when I get trolls in my streams and stuff like that, I get pretty annoyed usually. But all I can really say is that all I'm gonna say in regards to this is that for the trolls, just like I said, just get a life. That's all I can really say in that regard. Just again, just get a life. There's more to life than trolling people online. Just do whatever. Just do anything productive. You do something in your life that doesn't involve pissing people off online. Just go outside, touch some grass. Think about your life choices. Do whatever. Do whatever that makes you happy. Besides, pissing people off online and stuff. Just try to be a good person. Because when you piss people off, online because they're trolling them, well, then that's just not cool. That's not cool. That's just stupid. And that's also another reason why too, guys. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, how did I not die there in the game? But yeah, that's why I put that there. So this way I don't see that in the chat while I'm playing, because because obviously I want this to try to be as a positive as possible. Well, then again, so I say, yeah, I'm talking about like bad Sonic games, stuff like that. So what do I know? Although I've always liked the quartz quadrants. I've always liked the good future music on here. I've always liked it, especially when it goes da 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 da. I don't know. I've always liked the good future version. Oh no, sorry, no. I meant Wacky Workbench. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Good lord. Despite the fact that I had a Pepsi cheer earlier today, so you would think all that caffeine would have made me more aware, more aware, but whatever. But again, what I'm trying to say is I've always liked Wacky Workbench's good future music. I've always loved it. I've always liked it. Because I think it sounds pretty nice music. Probably one of the favorite songs in the game. But okay, sorry. I was just checking something on my phone. Sorry about that, guys. But nonetheless. Oh, okay. How did I not get hit there? I mean, I know why I didn't, because I didn't actually touch it. But yeah. Okay, Eggman / Robotnik. I get it. Ah, damn. Okay, I have one ring, but it should be fine. But yeah, that's what I mean, though, when it comes to these bosses and Sonic CD. But these bosses, they don't really I'll go as far as say they're even easier than they are in Sonic 1. Like I'll go as far as say they're easier. It's easier. Apparently, from what I heard and looked up, I believe is that this game was made by. It's still made by like Sonic Team, Sega. but I think it was made from like a different country. I think, could be mistaken. I think I've never hearing. I think this game was made in like Sega, like of North America or something first, and then but in Sonic 2 it was being made by Sega of Japan first. Could be mistaken. I'm only saying what I'm saying because, you know, you can definitely tell the quality, of the quality differences between Sonic 1 and Sonic CD. You can just instantly tell, especially when you're like a big Sonic fan like me, who usually pays attention to this kind of stuff. Boing, boing. Oh, damn. Yeah. I'm probably, I think it might have happened again. Yeah, see, I think it happened again. Oh, or not. Either that, or it clipped through the level design when it was not designed that way, but nonetheless. Well, nonetheless. But yeah, it's just, this kind of stage, I tend to get lost sometimes. I won't lie on that. Maybe not like in every single playthrough, mind you, but I do get kind of lost sometimes in this level. I mean, it's not that bad of a level, but again, I won't lie, it is kind of mazy. It is kind of more maze-like compared to the other levels in this game. That's just what I think anyway. That's just what I personally find anyway. Okay, that was my fault. I don't know why I ran into that enemy for. I'm an idiot. Otherwise, it was like how it is in like Clement, or aka the Great Clement, where it's like, oh yeah, and also Knuckles, you're an idiot, and then he plays the Sonic X clip of Knuckles saying, "Shut up!" Which, to be fair, that Knuckles saying "shut up" thing that became an internet meme because it's literally like, Knuckles tells this character to shut up. I've seen some videos here and there where it's like, Knuckles. Also, I tried to spin dash, nothing happened. But yeah, I've seen like videos here and there where it's like, oh, Knuckles tells Pizza Pie to shut up, stuff like that, or like things like that. Damn, when am I even going first off? Like, damn. Damn. At the rate this is going. Okay, jeez. I assure you though that this is not my first time playing this kind of game. I assure you it's not, because I played this game before. But despite that, I don't have everything memorized. That's why I keep on accidentally going to the same areas. Like I said, it's been quite a bit of a while. Well, I mean, what I'm trying to say is it's been a bit of a while since I played Sonic CD. So again, that level should have been, well, not really again, but that level should have been done like 30 minutes ago. Or sorry, 30 seconds ago or something, but whatever. Hit 30 minutes ago, even though that's like pretty much impossible. Or at least in terms of the in-game timer wise, that's impossible. Because the latest you can stay in a level before you get a timeout is 10 minutes. And in most cases, it's kind of hard to reach 10 minutes into a level and get a time over in most Sonic games. I mean, it's still possible, don't get me wrong. But I know in the case of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I believe I timed out on that quite a bit. Mainly because the Carnival Night Zone, you know, barrel. And not to spoil anything, but I'm really looking forward to the Sonic movie 4, though. I'm looking forward to it. Because, yeah, each movie, it seems to me that the movies get better and better every movie. Where they have better storylines in the movies, and the animation gets better. You know, the voice acting gets better. The acting overall gets better, you know, the storylines, everything, you know. In the Sonic movie 3, yeah, basically, in other words, as of right now, my most favorites to least favorites is literally in backwards order. Sonic movie 3, Sonic movie 2, and the Sonic movie 1. I've always liked, yeah, the Sonic movies are pretty good. Okay, for some reason, I keep on forgetting that Metallic Madness is even in the game. I keep on forgetting that. Which is funny, too, because, Sonic, because it's funny, too, because this zone literally returns in a Sonic Mania. So, I don't know, it's kinda, funny when you look at it that way, and also I'm an idiot. I wasn't paying attention to the level design, clearly. But that just comes to show how forgetful I am, especially nowadays. But yeah, in regards to Clement, I would definitely recommend to check him out. Like, if you can put up with Clement's microphone quality at the start of his Clement's, like, basically where Clement's not so good microphone at the time. With that, like, 360p quality videos or whatever. Yeah, if you can put up with that, I would definitely recommend checking out Clement's Let's Plays. I believe probably sometime after Sonic Unleashed or during his Sonic Lost World Let's Play, his microphone quality got better, his quality. Yeah, his quality of video. But yeah, his quality of the in terms of video resolution got better. He got it better. Yeah, better microphone quality, all that good stuff. It's a shame though they basically quit doing Let's Plays. Well, according to what he said in his leaving Let's Play video. He said that he was thinking about leaving Let's Play, like, even before, like, he was doing Steambot Chronicles, but when his Let's Play on Steambot Chronicles was doing poorly, that was what put the nail in the coffin or broke the camel's back or whatever, where he decided to leave Let's Play after his Steambot Chronicles Let's Play. Although, to be fair, I don't really know what he was expecting. At least in terms of his Let's Play on Steambot Chronicles wise, because from what I remember hearing is that game is like a niche and not very well known game. Apparently it's made by the same company who makes the Persona games, Atlas. Apparently that game was made. By those people. But again, like I said, I don't know what he was thinking, but it is kind of a shame that he left Let's Play though. And now when you go onto his YouTube channel, his Let's Plays are quote-unquote gone. And the reason why I put that in quotes is because his Let's Plays are not completely gone. They are just, I guess, hidden, you could say. Basically, if you want to find his Let's Plays now, you can't find it in his videos tab anymore. You have to go on his playlist category and find his Let's Plays from there. So at least his Let's Play videos are not completely gone. But I'm just saying it does kind of suck though. They left Let's Play though, because I honestly enjoy his videos. Nowadays though, he does scripted videos nowadays. I mean, like, heck, as I speak, I believe his latest video, right now is Clement Remembers Mega Man. Where, well, see, he claimed he was gonna release a Mega Man video like every month, but basically he didn't put up his Clement Remembers Mega Man 2 until like a few months or whatever after he uploaded. After he uploaded the video. But nonetheless, though, I still think Clement does nice Let's Plays. So, well, so to speak, but you know, I think his videos are pretty good. Clement also has done Clement Remembers Final Fantasy, which is this series where Clement does videos on Final Fantasy. Basically, the finale of that particular series was Clement Remembers Final Fantasy VII Remake. Also, this kind of music kind of reminds me like Chun-Li or whatever from like Street Fighter or Tekken or whatever. Also press X to and register. But yeah. But as my opinion on not Clement, but as my opinion on Final Fantasy VII Remake, as of right now, I'm up to like chapter 9 or something like that. I'm up to chapter 9 or something like that. And in the case of that, yeah, like it's a fine game. Don't get me wrong. It has really nice graphics, especially for the Switch too. It has nice graphics. The graphics look pretty nice, but it just kind of sucks though that they didn't put on like an actual turn-based system on there. I mean, cause see, there is a classic mode, but it's not like full-on turn-based, which kind of sucks. So now the gameplay on that feels very, and I mean very similar to Kingdom Hearts, which again makes sense, same developer and all. But it still kind of sucks. You know, I mean the game, you know, the battle system, I don't really like all that much. As of right now, you know, like as of right now, I do prefer the original Final Fantasy VII. As of right now, I do prefer the original Final Fantasy VII. And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I believe, released in like 2000. I almost said 2021. I believe Clement, or not Clement. I believe Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, Rebirth, I should be saying, released in 2024. And of course, Final Fantasy VII Revelation which is the finale, by the way. Because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is part 2 of the remake trilogy. Final Fantasy VII Revelation is part 3 and the finale of the remake trilogy. But it's just kind of funny though, because despite it being a remake trilogy, basically all the items and the levels that you had and stuff, they don't transfer over to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is kind of weird. I find that a little weird, but anyway. But yep, there you go. Sonic CD is now done as well, with all the time stones collected. To be fair, I would have done it either way, probably, regardless if I would have done classic mode or not. Then again, maybe not, but who knows? But then again, I think I only failed only one of the special stages, so I think I probably would have done it. And Sonic 1, I think I failed 2 or 3 of them, but it didn't really matter because I got anniversary goals, so I can retry them. Since with the coins that I have, it's but yep, again, the Sonic CD is now done. So all that is left is for this stream is going to be Sonic 2 on anniversary goals, and then I'll see if I can find a raid target, and then I'll stream Sonic across. But again, I'm not done yet, because again, Sonic. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a stream for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It is the last game.
Can you trust? In the middle of the night, where will you be? If you can't find
but
your
even then, that won't be the finale. Like I said, I'm still planning on doing like Sonic Colors Gold, you know, stuff like that. But I still do not plan on doing anything. Especially since I kind of do want to do those live streams that play or what have you.
No need to change. Stay like you are. Keep it all the same. But as you move along in your life, keep an open mind. And don't forget that if you gotta do something.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? I mean, don't worry. I'm well aware. But I thought I saw and switch over check him up, by the way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Instead of Cobra Gaming, yeah, he actually is doing the Sonic 1 as part of Sonic 3's anniversary.
Inside your heart, you will find a special place to unwind. When you feel right, look at yourself. Inside your mind, you think
and also, guys, I plan on doing the thing for tomorrow. Where I do the best I can to do come party with Nick's belated birthday celebration. I plan on doing that tomorrow as well. So I think I'm gonna have quite a bit of a busy day tomorrow. Especially considering the fact too that he also wants me, and Video Game Fan 5 for he wants us Video Game Fans to play with him as part of the celebration type deal. That's fine. But that's the same thing that I'm probably gonna have a busy day tomorrow in terms of that kind of stuff. So yeah, so we'll watch this cutscene, and then I'll do the opening intro for Sonic CD, specifically the new one, not the old one from back in the days. But nonetheless, Sonic CD. At least this game is finished. Also, a bit of a fun fact. I actually had Amy's pouting face that she just did not want to go as my profile picture once on my YouTube channel. But like I said, I'm still gonna show off the Sonic CD intro. Yeah, I don't know why it's skipping these. I don't know why. Cause usually whenever I play this on whenever I play these kinds of games on anniversary mode, which isn't often by the way, it's usually they should play the opening intros right away. Seems like the classic mode too, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know why it's skipping these intros. I really don't know why. It's kind of awkward. It's kind of weird. It's kind of stupid. But I guess I'm not complaining too much. I just find it kind of weird, you know. So like I said, Sonic 3 and Knuckles will be tomorrow. But I almost pressed play again. But anyway. Let's go over to Sonic 2 now. Yeah, Sonic 2, not Sonic 3 or Knuckles. So anniversary mode, Sonic and Tails. Yeah, see, it skipped the opening intro again. I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, Sonic 2, part of my childhood, along with Sonic 1 and Sonic 3 alone. But yeah. So yeah, Sonic and Tails. I mean, yeah, Sonic and Tails. You gotta do it. Yeah, you got Sonic and Tails. You know the iconic duo. The very iconic duo. Sonic and Tails. They were meant to be. They were meant for this. They were meant to team up together to defeat Robotnik and stuff. Because Sonic and Tails are basically best buddies. They're basically best friends. So, of course I want to have Tails to go with me. Yes, it makes the special stages harder. But I don't care. Early on this version, I don't care. But But you know, I don't care. You know, Sonic and Tails, that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to do this. And also, despite my profile picture, Tails is actually my favorite Sonic character, or if not that, one of my favorite Sonic characters. And hell, I'll go as far to say, I like Tails more than I do with Sonic. Yes, I said that. I do like Tails' confidence, and I do like Tails' I do like that Tails spends time with Sonic. You know, all that good stuff. It's just kind of a shame that in like Sonic Forces and stuff, they kind of ruin they basically ruin Tails. They ruin it, but nonetheless, I still do like Tails. Like I said, he is my favorite Sonic character. He is. And okay, this is also a joke, but like, hey, that reminds me. Hey Sega, give us a year of Tails or something, where it's basically similar to the year of Shadow, but it's just Tails related stuff. Give us like another Tails game, you know, something. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, it'd be cool, cause that'd be cool for Tails fans like myself, but. I mean, I'm pretty sure they would never do that, but then again, they did Year of Shadow early 2024, so hey, anything's possible. You never know. You never know. Sega is kind of a interesting company, so to speak. And the reason I'm saying that is because they kind of are interesting. They kind of are because you know the way the way how they are and all that. So that's what I'm saying. They're kind of an interesting company. Like sometimes they release a good game, but sometimes they release, you know, a not so good game. They're kind of an interesting company. Like you know, like I said earlier, some of the Sonic games are not good. Some of them are terrible, like very terrible. But, you know, again, when the games aren't good, they're very good. And it's kind of one of the reasons as to why I've been a Sonic fan for so long. Well, that and plus, I did say, I was telling myself from earlier, way back when in the days, I did say from earlier that if I didn't like Sonic Frontiers to the point where I didn't see the potential of that game being good, I would have been done being a Sonic fan. I would have been done. Because after the Sonic Forces disaster, yeah, I was thinking to myself that I'd probably move on from the Blue Blur. But you know, so I went into Sonic Frontiers with an open mind, and well, I ended up liking Sonic Frontiers. I ended up liking it. You know, I mean, hell, of course, it's my I almost said second. It's my third favorite Sonic game. Yes, that game is pretty janky for sure. That game has its own fair share of issues. But you know what? It's a fun game. It's very, very fun. You know, there's something that I'm saying. It's because the controls are sometimes janky. The camera, or you know, the pop-in, that's kind of bad in some areas, and among several other things of what makes it, you know, kind of bad in some in some areas. But again, Sonic Frontiers, I think it is a good game despite its issues that the game has. And that's why I'm still a Sonic fan to this very day, because I actually ended up liking Sonic Frontiers. You know, I saw the potential of it being good, and I actually liked it. But it's not like how it was with the Sonic Forces, where I found that game to have the potential of being a good game. I saw the potential of that game being good. I saw the potential of that. I saw the potential of it being a good game. I saw the potential of it being good. I saw the potential of it being good. Like I said, I saw the potential of it. But I still didn't like the game. I still didn't end up liking it. And it's unfortunately too because all that marketing that they did for it seemed pretty cool. Sonic Forces, where basically you have, you know, Shadow. It's like Shadow and everyone else. They were teaming up with Eggman, and it's like, so hey, why does Shadow team up with Eggman? And I was like, oh, Chaos. Oh, he's here too. Oh, he's in the game too. Oh, that's cool. I wonder what Chaos will do. You know, stuff like that. But then kind of find out Chaos did literally nothing. And basically, from what I remember, was something about in the game. Also, funny number Teehee. They kind of find out those characters were all fake. They were all false. They were like being powered up by the Phantom Ruby or whatever. And all that potential, it just, yeah. And on top of that, the level design was not good. Not because it was like frustrating or anything like Mega Man X6, but the level design was like, it was basically Crash Bandicoot style of level design, but like still, but like not in the good way either. Because at least with Crash Bandicoot, yeah, sure, the level design on that was pretty linear too. But at least with Crash Bandicoot, at least with Crash Bandicoot, you know, the level design was designed around it. It was designed around it. So that's why, you know, that's why the Crash Bandicoot, I don't really mind it as much, because again, the level design was designed around that. But Sonic Forces, it wasn't. And that's kind of another reason why I prefer a Spyro more than I do with Crash, even though I didn't really grow up with the Spyro games except for the demos that I played on the Crash Bandicoot discs that I had. Because yeah, I didn't even grow up. Because like, see, because again, I didn't grow up with Spyro. I didn't. I grew up with Crash, like I said. And despite that, I ended up liking Spyro more than I did with Crash, which I found interesting. Because like I said, I didn't grow up with the Spyro games. I didn't grow up with them except for the demos. And in terms of the full games wise, I didn't grow up with Spyro. And that's why at first, when I first played Spyro Reignited Trilogy, it didn't really click for me. But then after I gave it another chance, another go, on a separate day or month later, it clicked. Something inside me clicked. And I ended up liking the game. Yeah, because I don't know, like something inside me clicked when I was playing Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Something inside me clicked. And I just liked it. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, you know? So I would definitely recommend checking out the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Because it's pretty good. I didn't really play much of the Spyro PS1 trilogy, because again, I played those via demos, like I said. I played them via demos. I did play, like, the Spyro, like, PS1 games on, like, the, on a PS1 emulator, but didn't really get into it much because, you know, keyboard controls. But of what I played, of what I played, it seemed, they seemed, fine enough. But again, like I said, I would recommend checking them out, like I said. And also, there's like a fly on my TV, gosh dang it. But nonetheless, I'm just saying, what can I say? I'm just saying, you know, I would definitely recommend checking out the Spyro games, like I said. Definitely recommend checking them out, the Reignited Trilogy. I heard that the really bad one, well, two of them technically, were Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly, as well as a Spyro Orange. I mean, hell, from what I looked up, is that Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly, it was so bad I could see. I don't remember like what company developed the game, but yeah, from what I heard and looked up was that Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, like it was so bad that that was the only game that the company developed. It was that bad. Because they didn't make a whole lot of money from it, from what I remember hearing. Or maybe it did. Maybe it did. But I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure. That you know that, like I said, that the game just doesn't do as well. Because I know like Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, despite that game being known as, you know, like a terrible Crash Bandicoot game, that game did get like a greatest family hit, or like a greatest hits from like on PS2, and I think my copy of the GameCube version of Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, I think that game it has bestseller right on the box, I believe. I don't know about the original Xbox version, but I would assume it sold just as well, if not better, than the PS2 version or GameCube versions of the game. But I don't know. All I know is that Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex, I can see, Crash Bandicoot: Wrath of Cortex, I actually played that game on like Spyro and the Dragonfly. Crash: The Wrath of Cortex, I could definitely understand why that game is hated by the Crash Bandicoot community. I could definitely understand why. Yeah, I could definitely understand why that game is hated by many people. But at the same time, I don't think it's as bad as people says it is. But to be fair, I grew up with the game. You know, yeah. To be fair, I grew up with it. So that could be the reason as to why I don't think the game is as bad as what other people says it is. So that could be why. Why I don't think the game is as bad as people says it is. But but I am still a big Crash Bandicoot fan. It's just I just like Spyro more than I do with Crash now. Like, yeah, like I said, I'm more of a Spyro fan than a Crash fan. But I still like both series. It's just kind of a shame though that that Crash Bandicoot 5 basically got canceled. And apparently, from what I looked up, is that Crash Bandicoot 5 it was supposed to be Crash Bandicoot and a Spyro type of like a crossover, kind of like a Crash Purple and Spyro Orange, but I'm assuming that I'm assuming it has nothing to do with like all these crappy mini games and shit that Crash Purple and Spyro Orange suffered through. Yeah, like I said, these special stages, they require a lot, they require quite a bit of memorization. More so in the original version, because like I said, since I am playing the Sonic Origins version of the game, these special stages are easier. Far easier, because at least with the rings, it's easier to react in time with the rings. And believe me, get used to the half pipe when it comes to the Sonic games, though, the special stages wise, because yeah, they use the half pipe quite a bit. Yeah, and I'm not kidding. They use the half pipe quite a lot. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, get used to. Well, that's what I'm saying. Get used to that. Oh, well, so much on me getting all the Chaos Emeralds in Emerald Hill Zone, but that's okay. I should be able to get it, hopefully no problem, in Chemical Plant. And like I said from earlier, usually when it comes to me playing Sonic 2, like I said, I usually don't get all the Chaos Emeralds. I usually don't. But I figure, you know, hey, it's Sonic's 35th anniversary, so May as well. Well, that and plus it kind of coincides with the with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It kind of coincides with it anyway. Because the Sonic 3 and Knuckles on that one, they basically assumed that you collected all the Chaos Emeralds. The reason I'm saying that, guys, because the Sonic 3 and Knuckles, on how that game starts off. That game starts off where Sonic can turn into Super Sonic, even though, as we all know, Sonic can only turn into Super Sonic once Sonic has collected all of the Chaos Emeralds. That's what I'm saying when I'm saying that in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like I said, the game, like I said, assumes that you have gotten the true ending. Like I said, you know, like they assume, they assume that. Oop, careful. Okay, yeah, okay, I don't think I'm gonna get it now. Since I actually ran into the bomb. In the game, of course, in the game. But who knows, maybe I'll surprise myself. I'm not getting my hopes up, though. I'm not getting my hopes up. Especially considering that, you know, this is the half pipe we're talking about. We'll have to see. Oh, yeah, oh, wow, I actually did it. Nice. I was kind of surprised about that, considering the fact that, you know, yeah. So like I said, sadly, I'm not gonna be able to get the Chaos Emeralds, all of them in Emerald Hill Zone, because, you know, there are 7 Emeralds in Sonic 2, not like how it is in Sonic 1. At least the original version of the game on Sonic 1, anyway, where there are 6 Emeralds in Sonic 1, the original game. But in Sonic 2. But in Sonic 2, they changed it to 2 of 7. Which I can kind of understand why they did that as well. So it gives the players, you know, a bit more of a challenge to get the Chaos Emerald. And believe me, like I'm trying to say here, guys, this. Yeah, the special stages are no walk in the park. That much is for sure. Yeah, these special stages are no walk in the park. That is for sure. This, you know, these special stages are no walk in the park. By any means of the imagination. Like, that's what I'm saying. The original Sonic 2, like I said, I'll go as far to say that they are... like again, I'll go as far to say that, that it's harder than the in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, I'm not even kidding. Oh wait, yeah, like here for example, I think there is a like here for example, yeah, see, I think it is possible. Yeah, okay, that's weird. I could have sworn there was a, at least I thought there was a, special stage ring. You know, or not special stage ring, a checkpoint. Yeah, I knew it was right here. I knew it was. Which is kind of funny, though, in hindsight, considering that, you know, the, Chemical Plants Zone Act 1 is probably one of the shortest levels in the game. So, there's that for you guys. But now it is time for the special stage number 7, the last special stage in Sonic 2, and it is a pretty hard game. pretty hard special stage, I should be saying here. You know, yeah, especially in the original release. Because yeah, when it comes, because like I said, these special stages are memorization based in the original Sonic, in original Sonic 2. Yeah, these special stages, like I said, are no walk in the park. Yeah, they're no walk in the park. They're hard. To say the least, they're hard, really hard. But yeah, once you know what you're doing, but I mean, I guess once you know what you're doing, I guess they're not that bad, I guess. But like I said, it still doesn't change the fact that in the original Sonic 2, like I said, it still doesn't change the fact that it's still ridiculously hard. Because like I said, yeah, again, see like that for example. Because again, I don't have it all memorized in terms of where the bombs are in the game. So Tails ended up losing some rings. Thankfully, I got enough rings. Oh, it's 210 rings. So yeah, I just barely got it. So unless I get hit a lot throughout the special stage, along with Tails as well, I should be able to do this one no problem. But I guess it all depends on how many times Tails and I get hit. Because basically, when it comes to with Tails, basically he is delayed when you don't have a second player with you. Thankfully, I did that on the first try, so that's cool. But yeah, yeah, because the Tails, he literally jumps like a second after you jump, and not like right away like he usually does. So it makes the special stages pretty hard when you do as Tails. That's why in the original Sonic 2, it's still recommended here that you don't have Tails with you. In the original Sonic 2, just to the convenience. And yeah, they changed it up too. Because for the return to Supersonic wise. The reason I'm saying that though, guys, is because in the original Sonic 2, you automatically turn to Supersonic the moment you jump. The moment you jump, Sonic turns to Supersonic. And yeah, and the original Sonic 2, yeah, don't jump when you enter the goal ring or the stage, the end goal. Because if you do, from the end goal signpost, if you do, then you automatically then you basically get a soft block. I don't know if it was fixed in this version of the game, but either way, but yeah, if you want to turn to Supersonic here in this version of the game of Sonic Origins, you basically press X and triangle. I don't know how it is. I don't remember how it is on the original Switch version of the game, because I do have it on my original Switch. If you want to, I'm assuming that basically, if I'm not mistaken, it's basically B and X or A and X or whatever. Although a long time ago, when I was playing this game with the Sonic 72 Fan 3, aka Video Game Fan 5, yeah, he showed me this trick right here. You know, if you a bit of a shortcut, if you will. And yeah, my mind was blown away. My mind was blown away when he showed me that. Because I didn't even know that was even there. I didn't even know that was there. So shout out to him for showing me that. Because that's pretty cool. 1, 2, 3. Nice try, Tails. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to screw me over, but you failed. I know what you were doing, Tails. I know what you were doing. The reason I'm saying that though, guys, because I saw he was jumping. The reason I'm saying that though, guys, because when you jump, when Tails jumps, and he hits Eggman's Sector Robotnik, that causes him to flash, which in turn makes you clip right through him. And also the music here, kind of takes me back to the Sonic RPG series, which is also fan-made too, may I add. But there's I'm saying that though, guys, because I believe that the same exact song plays in one of the episodes of Sonic RPG. I think. And you know, and then Mystic Cave Zone also plays as well during that series. But like I said, keep in mind that like I said, the Sonic RPG series, it's not, you know, it's not official. It's fan made. It's a fan game. But yeah. Oh boy. What can I say? I love Sonic 2. Like I said, a big part of my childhood. Again, like I said, the only Sonic game that is in this collection, at least in terms of the, you know, the base game wise, that I didn't play when I was a kid was the Sonic CD. Because sure, my other stepdad who had the Sega Genesis, Sega CD add-on thing, whatever it is you guys want to call it here, he didn't have Sonic CD. But we did had, like I said, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 alone. So I guess technically speaking, we didn't had Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We want to get technical here, but still. But at least we had half of Sonic 3. We had half of Sonic 3. We just didn't had you know, the Sonic and Knuckles. Which basically Sonic and Knuckles has lock-on technology, which is basically DLC before DLC came out. Which, back at the time, when the lock-on technology thing came out for the Sega Genesis, that was actually pretty cool at the time. Cause like I said, that was basically DLC before DLC. Matter of, I think, the first game system, at least in terms of mainline console-wise, was probably the original Xbox. Or if not, that might have been the Xbox 360. It might have. I think that was the first one. I think that might have been. I think it was either one of them. But I'm pretty sure though it was the original Xbox that had online online, at least in terms, well, of like playing with other people wise. You know, so in terms of playing online with other people, I think the original Xbox was the first video game system to have that kind of thing, which at the time was actually pretty cool at the time. I did play on original Xbox. I think I played like Fable. I think I played. That one was probably my favorite game that I played on there. I probably would have liked Spider-Man on there. You know, the original Spider-Man. I probably would have liked it, but unfortunately, every time I tried playing the game, I got a disparate error message on there. Which is kind of a shame though, because I do like Spider-Man. I wouldn't call myself like the biggest fan of Spider-Man or anything, far from it, in fact. But you know, Spider-Man's pretty cool. And I actually do remember liking the live-action movies. You know, the original live-action movies. I should be saying. Well, that didn't last long for the Supersonic thing, but yeah, yeah, it's fun. I mean, I'm sure it would have been fun for Spider-Man on the original Xbox. I mean, yeah, you know, it would have been fun. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was a large title for the original Xbox. I could be mistaken, but I think I remember hearing that was that was the launch title for the system. Yeah, it still kind of sucks though that not many people really watch my streams that much anymore. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to. But the reason I'm saying what I'm saying, man, is because I mean, I know, but I guess I know, like Sunshine Fan 3. He watches my stuff from what I can see here, which is cool. But it just seems like it seems like I don't really get that many viewers. Like hell, I'll go as far as say that it seems like Wonderman17 hasn't really been watching a lot of my videos. You know, The reason I'm saying that too is because Blood Red 17, he gave ideas for Video Game Fan 1999 to do for his channel, but he didn't message me. Oh wow, jackpot, cool. But yeah, he didn't message me about it. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I just find that kind of rather interesting. But I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying, because none of what I'm saying it too is that Blizzard 17 doesn't really seem to into my streams as much anymore either, compared to how we used to. That's another reason I'm saying it too. Again, I'm not trying to sound dramatic or anything like that. It's just something I just come to realize, you know? Again, I'm not complaining. Just find it kind of odd, you know? Which also makes it as well with Weekend Gamers as well, because I used to be a part of that for Mark Leota's, or in this case Mark 1987. Yeah, I used to be a part of Weekend Gamers as well, but I come to realize that, you know, that I seem like I care more about winning, you know, on that, and you know, I don't know, I just felt like. I felt like I was kind of going a bit way out of control in my behavior, and you know, and all that kind of stuff. It's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That's the whole reason as to why I decided to temporarily leave the Weekend Gamers. That's why the whole point is why I decided to temporarily leave. For that reason. And the other reason I'm saying that, and the other reason I'm saying what I was saying too about the Blizzard 17 thing, is because the last stream, which is deleted. The last stream where he kind of somewhat slightly tuned into my streams was that time when I was doing trying that Persona 4 Golden, almost a revival. Persona 4 Golden replay through, but on the hard difficulty setting. But then I decided to delete that stream because I wasn't really having as much fun. You know, I wasn't really having all that fun streaming the game, despite the fact that I was having a lot of fun doing the 1 year anniversary thing for Persona 3 Reload. I was having a lot of fun. Where, you know, Merciless Mode on that game to celebrate its 1 year anniversary release. And, but like I said, ever since that Persona 4 Golden on live stream, that from there, ever since then, he hasn't really been tuning in to any of my streams lately. Again, not complaining. Not complaining. I just find it a little odd. You know, I just find it a little odd. And don't get me wrong, I understand that people are busy and stuff, but I'm just saying, you know. Like, I don't know what happened on that Persona 4 Golden replay through risky / very hard mode. I don't know what happened as to why I lost interest. I don't know. I was streaming it. I was in a good mood, and I don't know, something inside me like clicked or something. It just something inside me was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not having all that fun. So I figured, you know, hey, may as well not even bother. you know, for that, because, you know, hey, if I'm not having fun, then why even bother streaming, you know? I thought, hey, yeah, you know, if I'm not having fun, then, you know, there's little to no point, and, you know, streaming, and, into streaming Persona 4 Golden, like I said, I don't know. But rest assured, though, guys, that I do plan on streaming Persona 4 Revival on my channel, rest assured. But that's assuming, of course, I get a PS5, of course. Because they've confirmed the release date. I forgot, like, specifically when in February. But unless they delay it, they confirmed that they were releasing, that they're releasing it sometime next year in February. I think in like February 17th, I believe, next year, 2027. But yeah, but yeah, this is the other stage I was talking about too. That's what reminds me of Sonic RPG, Mystic Cave Zone. As for the music, I think it's fine. Just don't really care for the level all that much. And even then, this song right here is kind of like, reminds me of like Halloween. Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to also bring up too. It seems like people are like avoiding my streams too. I don't know. I mean, like, again, I know that Sonic 2 Band 3 hasn't launched my stuff, and I'm happy with that. But I'm just saying, I just feel like quite a many people are, like, avoiding my channel for some reason. Like, on purpose. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels that way. Again, I'm not trying, I mean, like I'm trying to say, guys, I'm not trying to sound dramatic or anything like that. I'm not trying to sound dramatic, far from it, Max. I'm just saying based around that, you know, that's just the vibes I'm getting, you know, but nonetheless, though, despite me not getting the motivation to do videos and streams on my channel, as of lately, all that often, I still just best I can do a stream and stuff when I can. It's kind of why I did the Mephiles one, where I did, you know, Mephiles boss fight, but I put undefeatable over it. You know, that's kind of one of the reasons as to why I did what I did on that one. Also, doesn't mean did like Supersonic just lose the speed. I don't know. That's just what I'm gonna get. It just feels like he lost some of his speed. I don't know. I'm just imagining things as per usual, because this is me we're talking about. Okay, I thought I died there, but here in the original Sonic 2, that right there would have been the spike pit. But because this is based on the Christian Whitehead versions of the games here of Sonic Origins, the exception of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, of course. Because of that, Hidden Palace Zone is in the game. It's in here. Sadly, they just used the Mystic Cave Zone the Mystic Cave Zone 2-player music on here, which kind of sucks. I would have preferred if they just used the original music on there. You know where it goes. You know, that kind of thing. The reason I'm saying that too, folks, because, well, one, I do like I like the music that plays on there for one. And two, yeah, that was actually like one of the scrapped zones in the game. One of the scrapped ones. I think the other one is Wood Zone, I think. Yeah, it kind of sucks. On some of these zones that got scrapped, like Hidden Palace Zone, like I said, Wood Zone, all that good stuff. It's kind of a shame that they, you know, that some of these zones got unused, and I think I might. Okay, never mind. For a second there, I thought I was gonna die there because I thought that would have been a bombless pit. And it's kind of funny though, 'cause back in the days, with that hidden palace zone, the unused version of it, anyways, I actually kind of used that in like one of my of course it's not official, nor did I like actually like make an actual RPG game out of it. But that kind of song, I used that song as part of the Dominic RPG series that I did on my Alpha Smart, which sadly doesn't work anymore. But basically, what the Dominic RPG series was, funny enough, again, they weren't RPGs, but I call them RPGs because of the fighting style. And what I mean by that is with the style. With that style, basically, it was basically similar to that of Final Fantasy. So like they'd be like, oh, Dominic uses the pack, or Sonic uses special spin dash, stuff like that, yeah, things like that. Or yeah, it was things like that. And sadly, one of my Alpha Smarts, I guess some of the keys got broken or whatever, that unfortunately, I just wasn't able to do them anymore because the keys, they weren't even registering despite the fact that I pressed those keys. Like, if, for example, the space bar, I believe. And basically, to those who do not know, Alpha Smarts were basically these mini laptop things, but like they weren't real laptops. Basically, what you do with those is you would type stuff in, then you would like plug in like the wire or whatever. You like put that into the Alpha Smart. You put it in there and plug it into the computer or whatever. You plug it in, and then you would press send right on there, and whatever stuff that you put in would show up on the computer. Yeah, believe me, I actually really like those Alpha Smarts. They were pretty cool. It's just kind of a shame that the Alpha Smart that I had, or the mini Alpha Smarts I had, for that matter, just quit working entirely. And in some ways, I kind of want to get another Alpha Smart one of these days, so I can like get back into doing that kind of stuff again. Because back in those days, I did this thing where I would like grab a pen or pencil and paper, or vice versa, depending on which is the better grammar of that wise. Basically in like I would pretend in my head, so like where the characters and stuff, my stuff included, where we buy items and stuff, and so I would like do the math of what we bought. Basically subtract that and just basically to where whatever money that I had after a battle, I would add that into there, and then whatever stuff that we bought, whatever stuff that we bought, I would subtract of how much money that we had in that, and that's what I did back in those days. Back in those days, I used my imagination. I use my imagination and try to create my own RPGs. Although of course nowadays you can do like an RPG Maker thing, which to be fair, I think you could do RPG Maker back in like the late 90s. And so RPG Maker basically is this thing to where you get to create your own RPG. And that's basically where the My Little Pony RPG thing that I was talking about earlier. Because it uses that same format. It uses that same exact format. RPG Maker. So it uses that kind of format, and yeah. So like I said, that's how you would create your own RPGs. But to me, with how I was creating RPGs, it was a different way. And even then, said RPGs weren't you know, weren't like actual video games. They were just stuff in my head and just type in that kind of stuff. Like I said, it's kind of a shame I can't type in that stuff anymore. At least not for right now, because I don't have enough smart anymore. Because like I said, all the other Elvis smarts I had pretty much broke. And like I said, it sucks. But oh well. And what inspired me to do my own RPGs like that was the Sonic RPGs that I was talking about that our fan made. Because you know, in that, because in those things, they'll be like, oh, disclaimer, this is not an actual RPG. I just call it that because of the fighting style. But yeah, but yeah, we're almost done with this game, folks. We're on to Metropolis Zone. Oh, good lord. Which, in my opinion, is the worst zone of the game. Yeah, it's bad. The enemy placement's pretty bad. And on top of that, too, there are 3 acts in Metropolis Zone. I have seen some videos here and there where it is actually possible to beat these levels without supersonic and without taking damage too. I've seen videos of them doing that, like legit. I've seen those kinds of videos. I've seen them, but believe me, yeah, based on what I saw in those videos, yeah, that kind of stuff is not easy. Not easy. Yeah, you have to memorize. You know, the enemies and stuff like that, and on top of that, the giant crab enemies, the giant crab, they have a very weird hitbox. They have a very weird hitbox. Like, you'll clearly hit them. But then the game goes around saying you didn't, even though you did. The game goes around saying you didn't hit them, but you did, and that's caused you to get hit. To see what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to... Okay, I didn't die there in the game. Basically, what you gotta do is you gotta make sure you hit, like, the edges of them, but you don't want to hit the center, because if you hit them in the center, you get hit. You know, and they are pretty hard. They have pretty powerful punches, to say the least. They have very powerful punches. I also don't like the slicers as well, and I also don't like the star enemies either, especially when you're trying to, like climb. So like you're trying to climb. But then you have these star enemies where they hit you, and then so if they hit you while you're on the spinning wheel type thing, you're pretty much screwed. Yeah, you're pretty much screwed, and basically then you have to do all that climbing again. And believe me, it's a pretty big hassle, to say the least. It's a pretty big hassle, to say the least. Yeah. Like, even back in the days when I was a kid, I never even liked this zone. Like, even back in the days when I was a kid, I've always hated it. I mean, it is possible to beat these levels without supersonic and without taking damage. It is possible. Again, I've seen videos on that kind of topic, but again, it's not easy. And it's probably like, and this Metropolis Zone is basically the hardest level of the game, which makes sense. It makes sense though, because Metropolis Zone. Also, I don't know why I did that though. I'm an idiot. But basically, Metropolis Zone is close to the end of the game. So obviously, of course, they're gonna want to ramp up the difficulty. But again, excuse me, not trying to burp, but what I'm trying to say is, that the Metropolis Zone, all 3 acts, in my opinion, are not well designed. In my opinion, they are not very well designed, because you have terrible enemy placement. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. It's pretty bad. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not, but personally, I don't like any of these acts. Regardless, I guess when you're supersonic like I am, It's not as bad, because again, you can't take damage unless you fall into a bombless pit. Otherwise, pretty simple. But if you do it the regular way, then you know, if you do it the regular way, well, somehow, you know, then yeah, all 3 acts are not very fun to play through, because you can take damage pretty easily, in the Metropolis zone, for that reason. I mean, again, maybe it's not that bad, maybe it isn't, but you know, I'm just saying what I personally think. The Metropolis zone, it's not that well designed, it's pretty bad, to say the least. It's pretty awful. And rest assured too, guys, I don't plan on quitting YouTube, or at least not for right now. Although last year, this channel almost ended. Although, of course, I'm not gonna say why, but all I'm really gonna say is, though, in regards to that, the video on that did get deleted. I did delete it. But like I said, though, okay, well, see, but I don't mean to say that about me deleting the channel. What I mean to say is I almost abandoned this YouTube channel. I almost did. I'm not gonna say it, but again, the video associated to that was behind it. From that video. Also, that came out of nowhere. Fantastic. But you know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's basically the video associated with that. You know, like I said, I almost abandoned this YouTube channel because of it. And it's why I'm glad that I'm kind of somewhat glad that I didn't abandon this YouTube channel. I mean, yeah, sure, it still kind of sucks that this YouTube channel, it's just not as good as I mean, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as good compared to the past years. And it's kind of why, like I said earlier, it's why you guys probably noticed. It's why you guys probably noticed that I haven't really been streaming all that much lately, like I said. Because the last stream I did was, like I said, the Mephiles boss fight, but I put undefeatable over it. You know, yeah, so, and apparently that was 3 weeks ago. Or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I just wasn't, you know, all that interested, you know, for, streaming on my YouTube channel, or doing videos. I kind of lost the motivation. Like I said, I pretty much kind of lost the motivation on streaming and doing videos quite a bit. Like I said, sometime after the Persona 4 Golden, like I said. But yeah, like I said, I'll do the best I can to not abandon this YouTube channel. I'll do the best I can not to. But it's just as I speak, as I'm saying this as of right now in this stream, it's just I'm just not really all that motivated, to stream and stuff as much as I used to be. Not that I'm trying to say it in a dramatic sense, because I'm not trying to be dramatic or anything. Far from, in fact. I'm just saying that, yeah, like I said, it's why I haven't really been streaming all that much lately. Yeah, because like I said, I did lose motivation. Again, I don't know why, but I did. Like, yeah, again, I don't know why. I mean, heck, I'll go as far to say, that if it wasn't for, Sonic Summer 2 Fan 3, aka Adventure Time Luke, aka Video Game Fan 5, I'll go as far to say that if it wasn't for him, yeah, I probably would be even more or less motivated, like even less motivated to stream than I do now. So so I'm glad that he comes here on my streams when he does. Because otherwise I might have abandoned this channel already. Who knows? And also, Sky Chase Zone, yeah, sure, this zone is pretty easy, but you are gonna watch out, though. Because you don't want to go too fast, especially when you turn to supersonic here. It is possible to turn to supersonic here. It is possible, but again, try to watch your step, because while yes, Tails, he does follow you wherever you go. I guess supersonic is too fast for Tails, I guess, and that's what causes you to not leave. But I guess it makes Tails just not really get to you. And then of course, like I said, you die. It kind of sucks, but oh well. But like I said, Sonic 2 is a pretty easy game to beat, even without the Chaos Emerald. That's why, like I said, a lot of the times, whenever I do play this kind of game, it's why I don't really go for the Chaos Emeralds all that often. So I'm only doing it because, like I said, I'm only doing it because, I'm only doing it because it's part of Sonic's 35th anniversary. It's the only reason why I'm doing it. And it's almost hard to believe that Sonic has been going around for 35 years. Because, I mean, I'm not saying it in a sarcastic sense. Like what a lot of anti-Sonic people do. But I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying, yeah. Like, yeah. I'm just saying that, yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, I genuinely can't believe Sonic has been going on for this long. I mean, Sonic's been going on before I was even born. I mean, heck, Sonic's been going on 5 years before I was born, because I was born in 1996 on April 9th. April 9th. But of course, I'm not gonna give away like my location or any of that shit because, well, it's kind of stupid. But yeah, I'm just saying what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not gonna reveal my location. You know, I'm not doing that. And I also gotta be extremely careful. Yeah, gotta. Oh, come on, that was my fault. I mean, yes, I know. So much for me being careful, but again, that wasn't my fault there because I pressed X and nothing happened. Like Sonic, he literally did not register to my jump press, and he did absolutely nothing. That wasn't my fault. And I know it's not my controller either because all the other times I would press, a lot of the times when I press X on my PS4 controller, or at least when I'm currently using it anyway. A lot of the time, the X button, it does register. So again, I know it's not the controller. At least I don't think it is. But that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That wasn't my fault. Yeah, it really wasn't my fault. It really wasn't. Yeah, although don't do what you would think you would have to do on that one, where basically where you hold right on the D-pad or analog stick or what have you. Yeah, don't do that when you're on that thing, because if you do, you'll just fall. Just make sure you let go of the D-pad and analog stick whenever you get to that part. Because I didn't know that until Video Game Fan 99 was telling me about it. So again, you're gonna have to watch it. But yeah, I'm almost done with Sonic 2 now. Although not really. Although unfortunately, because of the fact that the opening intro did not play for Sonic 2 on Sonic Origins, I had to show that off. I don't know why. I don't know why they're not showing up. It's weird because they show up just fine on classic mode, but if we're on anniversary, yeah, because they usually show up on anniversary mode too. But nothing. I mean, to be fair, that's because I have been pressing mission mode with that. But the reason why on that is because I didn't plan on doing it all one stream, or at least not the time I started doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, basically Mecha Sonic. Yeah, he does put up a pretty big threat. Okay. Well, I guess, sometimes. I guess it depends. I guess it. And what I like to do here is, I do like to do this thing, to where I try to hit them, you know, like in a bit of a faster way. So I'll try it again, like 2 more times, including this attempt. And if I fail, then if I fail those 2 times, then I'll do it the way that Video Game Fan 1999 tends to do it, where basically he just waits at the right timing to do it. I mean, yeah, it's a slower way of beating him. I mean, heck, doing it that way, it takes like 2 to 3 minutes. But the reason why I do what I do is because it takes him down faster when I do it that way. And I also gotta remember his pattern too, because after he takes off, that's when I gotta run away too. Once you know what you're doing here, this boss, it's really not too bad. It's not too bad. But since you have no rings, this boss is hard. But it doesn't matter, yeah, because the way I did that took 1 minute and 25 seconds in terms of getting last hit wise. That's why in a lot of these playthroughs nowadays, I usually tend to do what I do, because it takes 1 minute and 25 seconds to do it. Apparently someone did it like faster than that, where it took like 40 seconds or whatever, I think. But the way how I do it, again, 1 minute and 25 seconds, much shorter than like 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes or whatever, how long it takes. If you do it the way Video Game Fan 1999 does it. But yeah, Sonic 2 is now done. You know, for that. So like I said, tomorrow that's what I'm gonna be doing. So yeah. And also, to those who don't know me as well, I prefer the original version of this kind of ending, because basically Tails actually saves Sonic, and it shows the friendship that Sonic and Tails that they made, and you know, I like that Tails saves Sonic in this ending. Well, no more in that particular ending, excuse me. But in this ending, well, Sonic, obviously he's flying because he's supersonic, and so yeah, that's why I prefer the original, you know, the quote-unquote bad ending. I just like that Tails saves Sonic in that ending. That's why I prefer it over this one. It's not that this ending is bad. It's not. It's not bad by any means. It's not bad. Far from it. Far from it, in fact. But I just think the original ending is better than this one. But nonetheless, yeah, I had a lot of fun streaming Sonic 1, Sonic CD, and Sonic 2 for this live stream. And like I said, when I stream Sonic Origins tomorrow, I'll be doing a Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And probably before that, though, I kind of do want to do some of Nick's birthday celebration, belated birthday celebration tomorrow, because I have like 10 segments or something like that for that. At least from what I remember, anyways. So that's what I'm saying. I kind of do want to do that. So But I guess I'll have to see on how time goes on from there. But yeah, that's what I do plan on doing. And probably this is also probably why it's a good idea for me to charge up my to charge up this headset before I go to bed or something, so this way it's decently charged. Especially since I kind of have been watching some show on my computer. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. But I've been watching some kind of TV show from the 90s on my computer, and the reason why I've been using my headset on so this way it's quiet, I don't upset my neighbors or anything. And even then it's not like I go overboard with that kind of stuff because I know I need my sleep. I know I need my sleep too. So that's why but that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. It's because I've been with my headset with that. So but yeah, I had a lot of fun streaming this today. Because what can I say? What can I say? So tomorrow, it's gonna be fun for tomorrow because again, Sonic. Because again, Sonic and Knuckles, my favorite Sonic game in the collection, and my all-time favorite 2D Sonic game. What can I say? I love it. It's a good game. Although it's kind of a shame though that the ending cutscene here that plays, in anniversary mode and stuff like that. It kind of sucks though. Yeah, this cutscene is very short, and it is my least favorite. It is my least favorite of all the brand new animated cutscenes in Sonic Origins because it's literally just Death Egg crashing into Angel Island or floating, that's why it's my least favorite cutscene. It's too short. So like I said, let's go to the museum. Let's go to the cutscene so I can show you the cutscene for Sonic 2. Again, I already showed the stuff off, but may as well show it off anyway for the sake of showing it off. Even though I already did on my original stream of this kind of thing, but well, technically, I believe I showed this stuff off in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, technically speaking, but whatever. Although the way that cutscene is, it seems like Tails didn't know he could fly, but but yeah, that'll pretty much but anyways, that'll pretty much cover that. So yeah, let's go over a illustration. See if we can find a good image here. I can use. Assuming I can find a good image here I could use for a possible on a possible, thumbnail. Yeah, so just bear with me. This might be a little bit of a while. Yeah, this might be a little bit of a while. It's been a bit of a while. I guess I'll use this as the thumbnail. Cause why the heck not? Why the heck not? It looks cool. Because with Sonic, Robotnik, Fang, Knack, whatever you want to call it, and Knuckles, which is kind of weird because Tails is in the game. You actually get to play as Tails, and Tails isn't even there. But yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna be reading Hesitated Cobra Gaming, in which case, like I said, he is doing in which case, like I said, he is doing Sonic 1. So like I said, I'll rate him. and then after that, I will stream Classic Sonic being in Sonic Racing Crossworlds because they did say he was coming over. He was going to release later on today, which is why I'm going to make sure I update the game first beforehand, and yeah, and we'll go on from there, folks. But anyways, so yeah. So hashtag VGM96 raid. Um, but unfortunately, okay. So, anyways, guys, this is VGM96 signing off, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next live stream whenever I feel up to it. And by that I mean, of course, after I'm done rating Hitsune Cobra Gaming, unless I lose interest. But so unless I lose interest, then I'm gonna be streaming it today, and we're going from there, folks. But until next time, VGM96 is signing off. And I'll see you guys hopefully later on tonight. VGF96 out of here. Bye, everyone. And, well, peace out, everybody. Peace out.